Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm back from the gym. I did 8 minutes on the tanning bed. And I'm ready. This is the one, folks. This is what it's all been building up to. Hello, Sheepish Dog, Sleepy Bunny, Garmon Bozo. Lucca, thank you for the resubscription, pal. Ratchetex, Heretical Ketchup. So many fine regulars to the stream. So, last few weeks, well, actually I think the last couple months at this point, we have been doing Wait, did it freeze? Hang on. Is the stream okay? No drop frames? Okay, good. Alright, we've been doing a Pathologic playthrough. If you all remember, H-Bomber Guy put out a video talking about the video game Pathologic, and at that moment I was like, you know what, I want to find out what this game's all about. So I started playing through it. I did the first playthrough, the Bachelor playthrough, and today, folks, I think we are there. I think if we put in a good maybe 3 or 4 hours, I can't do quite 4 hours today because I think we're seeing Star Wars maybe, but we're going to get this done tonight. And if we don't get it done tonight, maybe we'll get it done tomorrow. But I think we're going to get it done tonight. Folks, are you with me? Are you ready to see the end of this plague? This pox that is upon us? Should be something special. We have a vaccine. I think that was one of the last things we got. We have a working vaccine. But the military is here now. So the military is doing a bunch of stuff. All messed up. It's FUBAR, I think. I think it's a FUBAR situation, but we do have a functioning vaccine and more schmauders than any man could ever need. So let me get the game booted up here, and then we can just go. Boop. Boop. There you go. Let's get into it. Now, I did not stream last week. I was busy doing editing, so I'm going to need to do my Jack Saint thing, where I take like 30 minutes to remember what has recently happened, because everything's gone. As you all know, any regulars in my stream would know,
traces of the supernatural.
I don't really have the ability to like retain knowledge long term. So I'm going to try and pick up through context cues what is exactly going on here. All I know is we have a functioning vaccine and the military's here. We have cleaned out the termitory. I forget if we have any side quests that need to be done this morning, but I guess we'll have a chat with some folks. I don't think we're tired. That's all I know. And fuck this game, most of all. Now, what am I doing here? Is this where I should be? No. Here is with the last save. I only have a minor headache, so well, I'm glad it's not a big one. If I had a parent who remarried to a member of the stepfolk, would they be my step-parent? Probably. I don't know how the culture works over here. All right, let's watch this play. I tell you what, that's what we need. We'll listen to the play. The play will obviously catch us up on what's been going on. So just pay attention to this. Howdy, William Fu Hustle.
Everyone who survives the bombardment. The military only comes when there's nothing to fix anymore.
Audio levels are okay, by the way, folks?
I'm keen on breaking that habit, though. I know that the people that can change the course
game's an
of
okay
the
volume.
catastrophe have been working here for some time.
Test.
We will
Okay.
only destroy the thing pointed at by
Just got a weird crackle in my mic.
In favor of taking such action.
How about
Audio solid.
not
That's great.
shooting at all?
That's great.
If we don't shoot anything at all, the
Croco
consequences
Shoko,
will
thank you for the
be
follow.
devastating. You wanted freedom of choice. So choose a massive shelling or a single pinpoint strike. One way or another, we'll put an end to this circus.
So from the sounds of things, he kind of just wants to go in and wreck some shit. The military dude. But when I talked to him, he was being pretty reasonable, actually. He doesn't seem like I mean, you know, for that kind of guy, he didn't seem like that much of a dick. His only real objection was that he was objecting to giving children firearms. So, you know, bit of a cop, you know. If it were me, I think everyone has the right to bear arms, no matter how big or small. He's a get Brexit done kind of guy. Perhaps. What's up, H-Bomb?
We have sufficient strength to support the misfortunes of others.
You have my sincerest gratitude for finding an opportunity to pay a visit to a poor actor, but tell me, what do you make of the things you've witnessed recently? What is your impression? I'm referring to the few hours that we haven't seen each other. The impression is all over the place, to be blunt. I wholeheartedly agree. It's turning into a bedlam, when you agree. I can feel it here all too well. Still can't get used to the piquancy of the whole ordeal. See for yourself, I've been thinking about leaving this place of the dead for a while now, but I get the feeling that this is exactly the place for me to fulfill my part. Why do you want to see me? Thank you for the follow, by the way, Comrade Dad 1917. To confirm your sharpest observation, actually, I've got competition now, as you can see. The lowest kind of it, I suppose. I'm no fucking words in this game. Myself, I'm rather a comedian, but this is a most grotesque and insane parody. And who's the competition? Some mob is trying to act out I'm not sure what to call it, and it's not really a performance. They're trying to act out a living image of something by the bone stake. Is that like the hill in the in like the fields? There's that big kind of stake. I think there is. I think that's what it was. Although I'm not sure living is the best word. The centerpiece is a dying creature after all. How is that competition? Everybody started to talk about it, interpreting and reinterpreting the act. Modern art, am I right? Just like they do of our very own mass act here. The pathetic excitement is growing by the hour, hand in hand with the anger. Anger, what are they angry about? I don't know. I only have the executor's sardonic reports at the moment. I wouldn't have bothered you with this if not for the nasty smell coming from the detestable farce. Because honestly, who would really believe that it was my epigones fucking words in this video game? The mob thinks it's a heavenly portent, no less. Consider my curiosity piqued. Oh, is it like piquancy means that it would pique your curiosity? Anyway. Oh, whoa. Alright. A sacred sign is revealed to the people at the Bone Stake lot. Mark looks worried, which is not like him at all. Okay, so let's go take care of that, I guess. Any letters today? Is today day 9 or day 10? I think today's day 10. Yeah, the day starts at like 7 or 8, I think. Technically. Wait. Been thinking about what I've learned today, and I think I could use your advice. Or putting it bluntly, it would help me if you agreed to conduct a detailed inspection of the tower. If you've indeed established that the walls of the tower... Okay, so... Yeah, that was... So yesterday I was talking with the kids. Oh. I'm gonna move... There you go. There you go. No more rat. So yesterday I was wanting to go check the what's it called? The polyhedron, to check that it was all safe in there, and it appears that's the case. It seems safe to me. I think that he was referring to that big thing out in the field, so I'm gonna go check that. If it isn't that, then I'll have to think about what exactly the Bone Stake Law is referring to. We'll see. Harry Bogma. Got these cool guys. Look at this big boy. Ah, I'm spooked. Right. Enough of that. Enough fun and games, folks. We have to get this game done today, so no more messing around. The Bone Stake Lot is where they burn witches. Ah! I remember what that is then. It's just a place where there's a bunch of stakes. How was I supposed to figure that one out? This game. It's like they just don't care to make things clear to people. Oh, almost forgot about the clouds. Almost forgot about my vape juice. Alright. So the only person who's died so far is Old Gimski. Old Gimski Senior. He took the fall for his son because his son had done something real bad. So he's dead, which is cool because he's like
Bachelor said there's unrest among
a
the
bourgeois
troops.
landowner. Alright. Let's go. Anyone around here? Oh, we're talking about Christopher Nolan? So, Christopher Nolan has made many good films and many okay films. He's rarely made bad films, in my opinion. I really, really like The Dark Knight. I like... Oh, careful. Hang on, let me kill this thing. Oh. Did you just set me on fire? Okay, keep that in mind, I guess. I'm somewhat hungry and somewhat exhausted. I should be alright for now. I like The Dark Knight. I like Inception. I like Memento is probably my favorite thing he's done. But I like Dark Knight, I like Inception. I actually did really like Dunkirk. I watched that with my my granddad and we had a good time. I did not like Interstellar at all. Following's pretty good, but you can tell it's like a first feature really. It's a little bit unpolished. What the doggos? You have some Puperinos in the map? Interesting. Have a chat with oh hey. Surprised that guy just wandered around. Yeah, I didn't like Interstellar at all, and I didn't like The Dark Knight Rises at all. Batman Begins is pretty good. Is that all he's done? Is that everything? Oh, we did Insomnia, which is there. It's okay. Anything you ought to say, waifu?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You never have anything to say to me. Oh, yeah. Soundtrack-wise, Interstellar's fantastic. I love the soundtrack to Interstellar. Wait. Can I cut through here? Nope, there's a fence there. The map just didn't say so. How am I doing on rations? Bad. Very bad, actually. I only have one ration left. Better go buy some stuff. I'm low on money, too. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, if you just crouch and then stab them in the back, they immediately die. There's one thing that I've had to deal with this playthrough, folks. It's that bloody knife. It's that bloody knife not doing the instant kill knife attack that the game specifically said that it does. Alright, let me just run up and try and help that guy. Aim at the neck? Do I crouch or do I aim at the neck? That even did, it even did the animation that time. Even did the animation. So I aimed at the neck and he stabbed above the guy, and then it did the animation and then didn't kill him. It's okay. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, let's we'll stay positive today, folks. Yeah. That's fine. I'm willing to take that. Alright. Got any meats for me? Oh, wait a second. No! Okay. Could get some money off of them, though, actually. I'm doing good on bullets. I'll tell you what. Let me just take care of business here. Where are you? There you go. good funds out of that. And the only thing is, I've got to make sure that I get the instant kill on the second one, because I think there's always 2 of those guys in the house. So if we can just take the upstairs guy, I think that we're good. Is there any other goodies in here? Nope. Alright, let's take him out. There we go. Oh, wait, there's 2 of them. There's 3 of them, sorry. Okay. Well. Okay. I did that on purpose because I didn't want to have to take that damage, you know? Yeah. Alright. There we go. There we go. More money for me, I say. More money for me. Wonder if there's any schmouders. I can sell the medicine, so that's cool. Pathologic finale hype, indeed, Kitty Lynn. I think this should be it. I'm feeling optimistic today. Let me loot the other guy, and then I think we can go. And we've tripled our funds. Money here. Oh, we got a single penny there. And a good amount of drugs to sell. So, all very cool. Which way out do I go? It's the way? Yes. Now, Butcher. Don't screw me over on the prices here. That's fine. Fresh meat, 2,698. Oh, that's less cool. How much money do I get if I sell you some of my tablets? Large doses, dangerous and large doses. Build immunity. Whoa, look at that. An antibiotic that kills microbes and suppresses their growth, causes a sharp decrease in the number of harmful microorganisms, and halves an infection's rate of progression. I think I'm going to sell that, actually. Alright, I'm going to sell these pills just to clear up my drug inventory. Good. Yeah. I don't want it to be too filled up, is the thing. Now, let's move on. I'll have a little nap once I've done this side quest. And then... oh, babies. Soothe BB. I'll do this side quest and then probably have a nap. And then that will give me an opportunity to get my health back up to full. Hopefully. Hopefully good things happen. That way we can sort of not just waste this early morning time when there isn't really a lot of questy things to do. Alright. Here we go. The bone steak lot. The militaries and the crowbars are worthless now? I don't know. Might be worth something. Alright! What's going on over here? Who needs to get shot? Alright, what's this all about? Over here, listen, people. Hearken to heaven's sign, for this is a parable. Listen to my explication, fair people, for this is a simple sign for us to know who is to blame for all our woes, for all our suffering. And who would that be? People, gather round, or better yet, call for your neighbours and relatives, and nearest and dearest, for the meaning behind this is as follows. The Cain's Tower is killing our town. The bull here represents the town, and the sharp stake, this shameful stake, is a symbol of the Cain's vile creation, their obscene philosophizing. What's gotten into you, dear sir? Wipe them out, the monsters. Simon was a monster, for his sins had brought this pestilence upon us, and Maria, his granddaughter, would soon reach the stars and ply us to her will with her magics, just as her mother Nina used to in days past. She must be killed, torn apart, and thrown for the people's relish. Okay. So he wants to just kill all the Canes because he thinks the Canes are the reason for the bad things. Still alive, no doubt, albeit it may shortly breathe last. No wonder. Oh, wait. Ah. What? They killed a big cow. They killed Big Cow. Rest in peace, Big Cow. No wonder these simple minds get so agitated. They see this as a symbol, a message. The worms look shifty, however. I have the feeling the celestial revelation was set up by a human being and meant to serve a mundane purpose. I wonder what Mark Immortel has to say about it. Kind of random, I guess we'll ask. Do not touch. From within Suak has Boss been cast out. So here he appeared. It's a bull, not a cow. Bulls are actually bull is just the name you give a male cat. The cow is the general species name. It's the female is called cattle. Anyway, so here he appeared, alive still. That means spirits are still speaking to us. Are they now? Okay. Anything else? Are they now? How about you? They say it was brought at night, but they also say not to say a word about it. It's no coincidence, I say. On whose orders? On whose orders beats us? There, that smart man over there, ask him. Okay. Anyone know anything else? Not to worry. Not to worry. And you? Not to worry. Okay. What happens if I just kill this poor thing? Nothing. Cows, Look at people in chat thinking I don't know what a cow is. Next you're going to tell me a goose isn't a female swan. Alright, Mark Immortel, where is your place at? Oh, was this the... Is it Mark Immortel, the theatre guy? Do I just have to go all the way back to talk to him now? Bovine? Possibly. Don't forget the oxen. I can't pick it up. It's not like a thing I can go in my inventory. A calf is either the name for a small cow or a very large hairless mouse. Oh, no, you don't. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll go back to the theatre. Alright, that's fine. What are you doing over here? There's several types of bovine that aren't cows. Oh, is bovine like the, Is bovine just the, like, animal grouping thing name? So, like, a bison, is a bison a type of bovine? Cows don't exist. Well, we know that. We're saying if they did. Keep up, Sparkle Bill. Excuse me. Remember those guys that were just chasing me? That was fun. We've had a lot of fun on this playthrough, am I right, folks? Not sure how many of you in chat have been keeping up with the whole playthrough, but I've enjoyed myself. That's right, gun them down, boys. Yeah, I definitely have been enjoying myself. Aside from some terrible things. Like this. Like that. Like that. Fun game. Fun game. Fun game. Fun game. Good game. Incidentally, if you go to my YouTube, if you either look up Lacking Saint Live or on my YouTube channel, it's like the top suggestion or something like that. The archives for all of this, any of the stream archives. I think you can also, there's Twitch archives, so you can just do that. There we go. Yeah, you can just do stream archives. Oh, there's the... Okay. Sorry, I was just running away from the illness. I really wish I could get rid of that cloud. It's been really bugging me this playthrough. Oh! Jesus Christ. Yeah, for the most part, I wasn't expecting how much I've been enjoying this game. It's been a good fun playthrough, for sure. Oh, highlight my message. What's the likelihood you and Patricia will be featured in the next 12-hour? I don't know. I think low, because I think they don't like dealing with us, so whatever. Good for them. Oh, wait. It's alright. I'm just gonna come around here. Wow, this is a real fucking mess. Let's have a bar. Oh, nothing for me. That's fair. Wow. This is a whole big old mess, isn't it? Alright, Mark, my friend. What's up?
Inadvertently, I get the feeling that the population is actually growing. Although, let's not go there.
Not of
That
people.
joke.
It's put the population of rats, I guess. There is no fate, Bachelor, I say, simply because we are not worthy of having any. I've been to the lot. Did you see it? Was it impressive? What is it? What am I supposed to make of it? You just wanted me to see it, didn't you? First of all, I have to confess that this is not my handiwork. On the contrary, it's a direct attack on my interests. It never even occurred to me that this could make an impression on you, let alone a positive one. I wanted you to see how impressed the mob is. I'm afraid you're right. Well, yes, you see, the place and the representation are tailored to excite the crowd. Seems like someone wants to gather a mob. And those who gather mobs only do it with a single purpose. They seek to set them onto someone. So who is the target? I think the Canes are. Actually, I don't care in the slightest, but you should. You are now at a time point when you cannot afford to not care. You've only got a day and a half left. I want that thing to end because I don't like their style. What about you? I do indeed care. It's dangerous. And how can they be removed from there? The army seems to be the most convenient means to any end these days, or I don't know. Like the army. A truly smart decision, and kind of elegant too. It's a professional prejudice of mine. I've never viewed an armed crowd as a tool. I, the master of manipulation, you can simply say it's a sanitary hazard, and it will be burned, although I'm afraid that won't be the end of it. We'll see. So we'll go chat with un commander, which is French for a commander. We'll have a chat about that. I think they're just down the road, so that should be a nice quick journey. Very excited to see the new Star Wars though. I've heard it's really cool. I think I'm gonna maybe, because of the overwhelming negative response to the movie, I think I'm gonna do a bit of a yick and like go into it trying to like it as much as possible and then see where things go from there. Really looking forward to it though. Really great to see what happens when you give the fans what they want. Okay. Commander, my friend, would you like to kill some people?
The weapon security must be tightened.
Hey! Jarlo, thank you for the resubscription, pal.
Just swinging by, just wish good luck. Gonna have to watch the VOD sometime after
We'll have a very
Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a happy holidays, Jarlo. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that in this particular Inquisitor I'd find a friend and not the usual enemy. Oh, wait. Okay. But no, she has already assigned us a part in her scheme, and my heart tells me it's a dark one. Say, Commander, can I come to you in the case of an emergency? I sincerely hope you can. I have to admit I'm furious. The directive I received from the top brass gave me very broad authority and the right to make strategic decisions. It made no mention of an Inquisitor, and now this. What? That is still unresolved. For many years now, it has been an unspoken rule for military command to obey the decisions of an inquisitor. The justification was that an inquisitor would find a way to make a soldier obey their will anyway, whether the latter knows it or not. It's the power of having a big brain. To be fair, until very recently, military commanders also left remarkably little room for illusions concerning themselves. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see Palpatine again. Unlimited power. I'm willing to cooperate, but she refuses to even meet with me. She has gathered information, not without your assistance, I imagine, and now she's busy setting the gears in motion, waving me away until my gear is up for turning. What are you responsible for, Commander? I'm responsible for ensuring that the epidemic never spreads from here further. I am also responsible for the lives of my men. That is what I know for a fact. What I'm hoping the new Star Wars is, actually, maybe it will finally bridge the kind of like presentational or like aesthetic, tonal... It'll bridge the gap between the original Star Wars movies and the new ones and the prequels. So like if this movie is really like corny and like they really ham it up, and it sort of is leaning in the direction of the prequel's weird like silliness, I might like it on those grounds, because it will make the whole franchise feel just more coherent, I think, if it's got kind of that weird prequel energy to it. Because as of right now, it's like, I can see how you can go from the original trilogy to the sequel trilogy, but I think the prequels have such a weird, specific, like, feeling to them. I'm really interested to see if they do anything like that. But in general, I just want to see Palpatine. There's what I know for a fact. Your flamethrower cores are burning out everything infected, whether it moves or not. Is that within the scope of their jurisdiction? The prequels odd the age kind of well by just being so weird. I agree. I think the prequels are enjoyable in a very different way to the other films. I think that the other films kind of work in terms of being like dramas in a certain sense. Like there's genuine tension in the originals and the sequels, where and you're like genuinely invested in the characters as like real people. But the prequels are just like goofy fun. Watching the prequels is like watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Many interesting things for them to see on the bone lot stake. I'd lead them into that particular direction if I were you. Here's what I'll do. I'll notify Longin. He is a stalwart officer, a heart burning with passion. He is in command of the flamethrower corps. He was assigned to my unit right before this whole affair. So let him perform his duty. As for me, spare me any further details. Okay. The dying bull was destroyed by the soldiers. There will be no riots. There you go. That was cool. Now I can go have a nap. Which is always nice. God, I love naps. I wish I could live off naps. I've said this in the stream before, but I wish that I could be one of those people who like micromanages their sleep so that they sleep like 30 minutes 5 times a day. Because I've heard that that is actually the most productive sleep schedule. Because fuck off. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that it's like, because of REM sleep, if you have like just one big sleep, there's so much time that you're wasting just transitioning from REM 1 to REM 4. Like, what is it? Transitioning from light sleep to actual deep sleep where you're actually recovering. Wait, what? Did I really not save? Okay, sorry folks, I'll rush. I'll hurry up here. Shouldn't be too long. I'll just run through the conversation and then go to the place. Part of the playthrough, folks. Part of the fun of the playthrough. But yeah, but the thing is if you train your body to just sleep for really short periods of time, your body will start to realize that, oh wait, I need to go straight into REM sleep if you fall asleep. I need to go immediately into deep sleep because I'm not going to have time to slowly wind into that. How's my durability looking? 38. 157. Mend me clothes, lass. That's a lot of money. I'm just gonna go ahead and take these off because I don't actually need them right now. Right, chat. I figure he's got. Yeah. I've got a second chat, or I've got a second monitor for just such a thing. If you remember some of my early streams, if anyone here has been around since my early streams, frequently I would have to like tab out of the game just to read what chat was saying. So like it would just be a thing where periodically every few minutes I would check up on chat. Whereas I much prefer this, just sort of having it off to the side so I can always have a look at it. But yeah, anyway, if you do like the thing where you sleep like 30 minutes at a time, 5 times a day, you know, quick maths, that's only 2.5 hours of sleep a day, but apparently that is as revitalizing as that is as revitalizing as like 1 8-hour sleep. That's what I heard anyway. Oh, that isn't me, is it? No. Oh, I'm seeing cats probably at least twice. Because my family wants to see it, which is fine by me, but then my friends want to see it too.
It is not so dangerous to do wrong to most men.
Doctors have said to me that people whose very job is to defeat death. I'd always known that I'd throw everything away and follow the man who achieves that to the ends of the earth. If he wouldn't have me as a partner, I'd serve him. If he wouldn't have me by his side, I'd serve him from the shadows. Are you that afraid of death? Utterly. There is no need to fear death. Okay.
Yes.
Now, we're going to have a little bit of food. We're going to have our veggie. Wait, hang on a second. Grub up. Good. Now, if I just have a wee bit more water, and then I take wait, which one is it? Hang on. Let me just double check this real quick. Etorphin is very good at reducing pain, has a similarly strong sedative effect, restores strength when sleeping. Good. We will have 4 hours. We can do another couple hours. There you go. And then I'm going to go ahead and there you go. Okay. Any letters today? Not yet. Looks like no one's sick right now. So, alright, day 10, in which the creators of the impossible take the stage to discuss captured miracles. Ooh.
Dogs are howling.
Okay. Very cool. Now, I'm getting a little bit hungry, but I'm not tired. So we'll see where things go from there, I guess. Oh, shit. Pubs, thank you so much for making me remember that I hadn't actually changed my stream game thing. Alright, someone let me know when they can, when it changes to say Pathologic or Pathological, because Pathologic isn't listed as a game. Exclamation point Discord if you... What? Discord? Something happened with the Discord? Who knows? Who knows? So I guess I should stay away from this fire over here. Oh, I guess I should stay away from the fire. Okay, my mistake. Now, folks, something you have to be aware of. This may be the last stream that you see me with this bun. I am, in fact, getting a haircut when I go to the UK. It won't be the same Jack that you see when you see me again. I'll probably be wearing contacts as well. I guess we'll just go chat with everyone. Let me see if there's another butcher shop around here that will sell stuff at a more decent price. I don't like that noise. I don't like that noise. Is this not the butcher shop? That, I remembered. Ooh. Ooh. That is very expensive. That is very expensive. That is scary in how expensive it is, actually. I wouldn't just say it's, I would say it's concerning. Even beyond just being scary, it's worrying. I guess I'll go get my next plague map for the day. Wait. Is this a dead end? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because we haven't been given our main quest for today yet. I'm assuming that'll come with time. Maybe once it gets to 8, we'll get our thing. But until then, I'm just gonna jog on over to Vlad Jr. Hello, anyone cool? I'm actually still good on bullets. So I wonder if it's worth another little one of these. It's good they always get stuck on that door. Deadbeat. Not gonna say that other word. But thank you for the follow. Alright, hopefully there's only 2, because it was a bit annoying when there was 3 of them. Oh yeah, there's only the one this time. Hey! New gloves. Ah, Okay. I have yet to come into one of these places and have there only be 1. So I feel like it's going to be that there's always between 2 and 3. Yeah, like as we can see just here, there was 2 of them. But I've never seen less than that. Right, more shit to sell. That's cool. Howdy, Prince Igor. So the reason that I'm waiting until I get to the UK to get my haircut is my mum is a hairdresser. Funnily enough, actually, I've actually never had my hair cut by anyone other than myself or my mum. My mum has always cut my hair. And then, as I got a little bit older, sometimes I'd... That brat just twitch? Or I just like maintain it myself with some clippers. But I haven't done that lately. Alright, Aglaya Lilik, I'm in urgent need of your help, Bachelor. The circle of suspects is getting smaller. I urge you to put off all secondary matters that are dividing your attention. There is no time to spare. My hands are tied by General Ashes. We must hurry if we're to cease the outbreak. The muzzles of their artillery are still obedient to the voice of reason. Looking forward to meeting you at the cathedral. Okay, so let's go to the cathedral then. I kind of want to go get them. We can't afford it at this point. I was going to get the map off of Vlad Jr., but I don't think we can afford it at this stage. Incidentally, I need to sell some shit. I'll stop at the shops before I go talk to the Inquisitor. General Ash is his real name? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, no, you don't. Jesus Christ. Right, where's the shop? There is a shop around here, isn't there? There we go. Now, please don't screw me over with these prices. I really don't want to have to go somewhere else to sell this stuff. Alright, give me good prices for this stuff, please. 4. Fine. I don't care. How about crowbars? 0. Cool. Bone necklace? Sure. Go ahead. Okay. Also have a bunch of empty water bottles here. There's a water thing back here, right? Yes. Howdy, Barbecue Jackfruit Saint. How's it going, pal? Oh, I should also check these bins while I'm around. I think maybe, I had an issue where I was not drinking enough water through this playthrough. I think I've been eating a lot of food when I could just be drinking water. Because basically what water does is it decreases hunger, but it increases exhaustion. So you can kind of keep a balance on it. But I think I wasn't taking full advantage of that. But that's okay. We're getting by. I doubt we'll die from hunger. Even if we didn't get any food from this point, we'll probably have enough to get us to the end of the game. Hey! Sean, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Skeleton Army. And Tia Bats, thank you for the follow, pal. How's it going, Skeleton Army? Are you ready for the finale of Pathologic? You ready to finally find out how badly I messed everything up? Because I am. Fidel Caspro 17, thank you for the follow. Also, I don't know if Sean can see right now. I'm sorry that you did that bell curve response and it's getting like brigaded by like Black Pigeon Speaks fans. That's YouTube, I guess, but yeah. Bachelor, I would like you to explain a certain important point to me. You have a close relationship. Wow, look at all those follows. Kaplunkit, Izjag, Valeracion. What is with your names, friends? Has everyone from Sean's stream got all their Star Wars rage out of the system? I'm not even angry about Star Wars yet. Please no spoilers in chat, because I'm going to go see it in a few hours. I'm looking forward to it, though. As I was saying earlier, I'm looking forward to new Star Wars, because I'm wondering if maybe it's that sort of prequels-esque, corny, like, almost so bad it's good quality that it will bridge the gap between the prequel movies and the like original trilogy and the sequels, because like the originals and the sequels work, I think, as like dramas, but the prequel movies are like pure campy fun. I compared it to watching Rocky Horror Picture Show. So if this new movie kind of bridges that gap, then I'll be happy. Also, it has Palpatine in it, so you know. Also, thank you for the follow. Shaving a haircut. Just what I'll be getting. I would like you to explain a certain important point to me. You have a close relationship with the Canes, do you not? Yes, I'm quite fond of the Canes. The Canes will help us, if they are still capable of anything at all, that is, to gather the necessary documents concerning that unusual structure, the polyhedron. Why do you need those documents? Are you joking? How am I supposed to work without documents? Firstly, I need to draw up a so-called Inquisitor's argument, which will contain documental evidence providing the rationale for my decision. There could be a tribunal, and it's not something to be trifled with. And secondly, that blasted block turned out to be not as dim-witted as I expected. He's taking advantage of my youth and weakness, and has decided to ascertain the validity of my decisions himself, without having a shred of understanding, of course. And of course doubting me from the start. What documents do you need? So basically, we know that this plague is curable. We have a vaccine. We have got a vaccine going. It doesn't have negative side effects or anything. It just cures the disease. The trouble is the military have just got in and they're burning everything. I don't know. They're just burning shit down. So right now I'm helping the Inquisitor kind of set the record straight. I need all documents pertaining to that building. There is probably a connection between its fantastic form and the fantastic events that have taken place. Where could these blueprints be? The Canes surely know everything. Maybe they keep copies of the blueprints. After all, that Chimera was built under their patronage. Let them be the ones to make excuses now. I don't think so. That structure is a product of Peter Stammerton's wild imagination. I'll speak with him. Alright, so I'll go talk with Peter about it. So basically, everyone thinks that this giant... Hang on. You can sort of... I'm kind of blocking it here. But you see how there's this, like, giant... And I'll just go look at it the regular way. There's this giant structure, and people think, like... You're not gonna believe this, guys. People think it's, like, weird. And, like, there's something weird about it. But it's, like... Just looks like a structure to me. Oh! Looked at the chat. I looked at the chat, and I looked at the chat, and I got infected with the disease. What was Sean playing, by the way? Wait, what? I swear I saved. This big structure, basically. People think there's something weird about it, but I don't get the big deal. Oh no! Poor little Ratatouille. Are you gonna play the other routes? Most likely yes, but that won't be until the new year, because on Monday, me and Britt are flying out to the UK to visit family.
The command.
I'll go talk to Peter about it. Yeah, so today we're gonna finish off this playthrough. I think tomorrow would be cool to go play a bit of XCOM, because we haven't done any breadcom. It'd be nice to like cap off the year with a little bit of breadcom. I'm sure there's a few people in chat who are regulars of my XCOM play streams, and I have fun with them. And it'd be nice to sort of have a little Christmas send-off before I go away, because it's unlikely that I'll be streaming very much while I'm away. There's a chance, don't quote me on this, but I might do a stream with Eric, aka Curio, and that whole lot, like all those folks. Maybe even get my hair cut live on stream. Who knows? It's happening either way. So maybe you guys can see my transformation live on cam. But don't quote me on that, because maybe I just won't. Maybe I'll just get my hair cut and then be like, oh, it's cut. I'm also going to try and donate the hair. I'm going to find out the ways to like get it made into a braid and then donate that, because, you know, it's fairly long. I don't recognize you, Judge. You've changed. Oh, no, he has nothing to say then. The aesthetic's changing, but I'm not, folks. I'm still the same old Jack you always knew and loved. And if I don't like the short hair, look, I can just grow it again. It's not like it's gonna recede. Anyway. I'll just grow it nice and long again. Just take another year out. And that way you'll get to see videos where you see the whole process, where it goes from being, it's like, there's those few months where it's sort of short and it looks fine, and then there's like a year where it's like mid-length, awkward mid-length kind of thing, and it looks terrible. And then there's like a good half a year where it's long and it looks cool. So you get to enjoy that whole thing. My consciousness hasn't completely returned to me yet. I can hardly imagine how much has changed here since then. What's going on? This is not how you normally talk. The Canes are acting weird. The Canes are certainly acting weird. Jack, this is late stage capitalism. It's only a matter of time until another Great Recession. Is that gonna... Folks, if my hairline starts noticeably receding, can you guys refer to me as the Great Recession? I think hang on. I think I'd I could maybe be bald. The thing is if I was bald, I would look exactly like my dad, which forces me to confront certain things. Maria.
Weird.
Alright, one blow after
What
another.
happened
Clara
in
is
the
becoming a
Rose
mistress of the
statement?
earth, a dreadful one too. She's ruthless and
It's
cruel.
important.
Fanatics believe her, and she'd happily burn us all at stakes. I can feel this horrible heat of my very skin. Wait, is Clara the one that's been spreading the message that the Canes are the cause of everything? The changeling is robbing us of the most precious thing. She's dousing Peter's Genoise. She's tempting him, sowing the destructive seeds of doubt in his weakened soul. His rhetoric can easily drive him mad. How do you know about it? He's been trying for a long time now. He sent me a crazy verse letter. A love letter I won't show you. He says he's breaking down. He cannot stand it anymore, but I cannot help him either. The changeling gnaws at him like a worm. This is all Aglaya's doing. She has sent her. What is she saying to him? Now he believes that he is to blame for everything. She accused him of taking a miracle captive, not letting go of that which is supposed to have faded, tying a bird that was supposed to fly off, forcing himself on the guest that cannot live here any longer. Is this not true? I fear Peter will die today. If that happens, a part of the world will peter out with it. Did her head just twitch? Will peter out with him. Peter out. If Peter dies, chat, a part of the world will peter out. God bless the NHS. There has never been and will never be an architect like King. How can I change his mind? Tell him that I'm turning into a mistress. Tell him I can feel the scarlet lava. Tell him I'm ready to accept it into my womb. Tell him my mother is looking at me now. I shall become her. Wait, is scarlet lava like a euphemism for a period? I shall become her. I shall overcome her, and I shall build what he had conceived. That is why I preserve the tower. Tell him I feel his of Andre now. I was going to visit Andre anyway. Okay. So go talk to Andre then? Is that right? Think. That's weird. I didn't know this lady had like some kind of close relationship with Andre. Okay. While I go talk to Peter, I'll also talk to Andre over at the pub, because Peter should be... Peter's there, Andrew's there. Should be easy to get over to him. Should be easy. Homophones. Please no homophones in chat. We don't like you bigots here. The relationships in this game are all over the place, not all of them make sense. I would say so far it's felt like the relationships have generally made sense. Like, Anna's kind of got a seedy past, and therefore it would make sense that she's good pals with... I know she isn't friends with them. Wait. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just gonna... Good game, good game. Can you imagine playing this game on like a permadeath thing? Like no say like Iron Man mode, Pathologic. We literally have to restart the game if you die. That sounds cool. Oh, wait, there's the rat. Permadeath speedrun. Well, I'll do that once I've finished the game regular style. Do you guys want me to start speedrunning this game? Because I'll strongly consider it. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, folks. Speaking of hairline, one sec. Let me just take care of it. Wait until this rat is taking. It just is just booking it for me now. There you go. Speaking of hairlines, while we're taking this long old walk, I went on this subreddit. I forget the name of it, but it's like a subreddit for it's like a subreddit for like medications people take to prevent hair loss, like something to combat like receding hairlines. and they almost convinced me to like order some. I'm not really insecure about my hairline receding. Like, it's probably gonna happen genetically speaking, but I don't think it's that bad right now. Oh. Yeah. But they were like in that community, they were all like, "Oh, well, if you're not currently worried about it, but you can tell that at some point it's going to recede a bit, that will be the time for you to get going with it." So they were like, even if you don't currently have hair loss, you buy the medication anyway, and then that will prevent it from even happening in the first place. But then I read side effects that were like, "Oh yeah, it makes you sad all the time." So I don't know. Yeah, a lot of subreddits are very good at convincing about bullshit. Yeah, because you go on these subreddits and it is very... I think Reddit is very good for echo chambers. Like, I remember when I was like 17, I had a very short nofap phase. And that was because I went on the nofap subreddit and there was all these people being like, "Look at these studies. They show that if you just don't jerk off, then just life becomes good. You'll become an alpha Chad overnight." So I didn't do any of that stuff for like half a year, and nothing really happened. Bullet, thank you, and a bullet. Actually, anything else I can give to you? No. Right. Actually, is that it? Dun dun. Wait, what? Wait. What? What? There you go. Good, good. More bullets for me. Yeah, turned out I didn't really do anything. Remind me of that hair stuff later, Jack. I might have something. Well, I don't know if I need... Like, I don't know, Chad. Do you think... Listen. What do you think of that? What my hairline looks like to me, okay, is... It's not receding. It's just like an adult hairline, and then at some point, it's probably gonna recede a bit. But it's not like... It's not in full-on recession period already. I think, anyway. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, even if like I said, even if it were receding, I'd probably just shave it off and I'll probably look fine. Although, reading that subreddit, it did kind of remind me how, I think to some extent, there is an unrealistic standard of... This is a hot meninist take for you folks. I think it's weird how something like 60% of men go bald. Like, it's... Hairline recession is, like, really common. And yeah, if you watch movies and stuff, you almost never see guys who are either bald or don't have prominent or have like receding hairlines. All of like the big Hollywood stars all have like big, full, chunky heads of hair, and that is an unrealistic standard that was not there in the past. So there you go. Bruce Willis exists, but Bruce Willis hasn't been a star like a big star actor in a lot of movies for like
counterfeit. This
20 years.
With the very things which charm us.
I mean, Bruce Willis is a good example because it used to be more common to have like these kinds of stars, like comedy, action, drama, who like have like very clearly receding or bald heads. Whereas now I think like Jack Nicholson is an obvious example. He was like a sex symbol and he had a prominent receding hairline. Whereas now it's like, you know, you get your Robert Downeys and your Tom Cruises, various people with like big full heads of hair, even though they're older people. Even when they are older people. Just a person I wanted to see. We've had quite an adventure here. My knife loves strife. It has a great...
Here's a little something for you for your holiday trip. Hope you get to see your family for a special day. Happy holidays.
Thank you, William Fuhustle. So we did arrange the trip and everything. How it ended up going was we could get an affordable ticket, affordable flights, but only if we flew out on the 23rd. So if everything goes as planned and we don't have any delays, we will be arriving at 9 a.m. on 9 a.m. on Christmas Eve. Now there likely will be delays, and if that's the case, whatever. It's like, even in a worst case scenario where we have to spend Christmas Eve at the airport, it's like, whatever, me and Britt will make the best of it, and then I'll see my family on Christmas Day probably anyway. Me and Britt will probably do something fun if we're just stuck in an airport on Christmas Eve. Maybe the airport will give us something for free because they know we'll be upset. Almost certainly not, though. We've had quite an adventure here. My knife loves strife. It has a gripe with the type filled with tripe. So tell me, what would be best? Should I drag my little brother over here to always have him by my side, or rather move to his place? That's grief-esque, isn't it? You're talking just like him. The type filled with what? How did you put it? I was actually quoting Grief. He loves this kind of folk say. Claims it attracts luck to the weapons and averts malicious spells. Taking lives is disturbing, you know. Anyone who dares do that will get their just desserts. I know that from experience. Whom did you kill? You see, my dear brother is seeing pink elephants. He's talking to bottles. The conversation seemed to be enlightening too. He mostly does the listening, and so he got it into his head. As far as I understood, he decided that he was at his limit and wanted to try his luck. If your dad went bald, then it's an early stage of that, basically. If your dad went bald at like 45, then yeah, it's just going to be like that sometimes. And that weird ass subreddit has a point before they go into nonsense land. Male pattern baldness kills hair follicles, so when it's gone, it's gone. Interesting. So you're never going to regain it, but obviously you can sort of put a stop to it, I guess. Yeah, so like that's the thing is like, so at that point, if I wanted to keep a full head of hair, should I just start taking it now? But I'm probably just not going to bother because, like, whatever, I don't really care. I can always just wear a wig if I want to. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, my dad... So the weird thing is my dad is fully bald. And I think he started losing his hair in, like, his early 30s. Meanwhile, both of my granddaddies have pretty full heads of hair. Especially on my dad's side. My granddad on my dad's side has like a big full head of hair, even though he's like late 80s at this point. Whereas my granddad on my mum's side, who's a little bit younger, but he's like sort of thinning, but he has hair. He's still got hair, which is surprising considering how old he is. The conversation seems to be enlightening too. He mostly does the listening. And so he got into his head, as far as I understood. Okay, in a crisis. He's been getting uncanny ideas. He wanted to pay visits to all his early ahem works. I mean, the ugly ruins, the stairways to heaven that are scattered around the town. He said he needed to find the ideal place for something, and I have no idea what he has in mind. Alright, so what about the adventure? He broke loose and ran outside, wild and disoriented, fell across some soldiers. I've been told he had been...
Jack is still Jack.
Thank you, Ian Windsor. I've been told he had been preparing to leave his humble abode beforehand. Someone's heard the ruckus. Thankfully, I got there in time. Managed to provoke the Royal Riflemen somehow, so they started clubbing him. And then, well, you know me. How many? Free flamethrower wielding freaks. Whew. Thank you for the follow, Drogon1290. Life doesn't teach you anything. What are you gonna do? What's wrong with you? I just deal with everything that needs to be dealt with, and that's it. I'm never leaving him again. All our lives we've been persecuted for being extraordinary. As soon as Genoise... That's the second time in a... I don't know. He's immediately struck by lightning. You must know that we're birds of a feather, you and us. This is true. So... Apparently he was running around by the stairways. Those big stairway things. We'll go have a chat with him about it. I'm on T transitioning, and I'll probably lose my hair because that. Oh well. I mean, I think that most people look absolutely fine bald. Again, I think it's a weird media thing in a large part. It's like, oh, okay, you're gonna steal my kill. Go ahead. Because it's totally normal and like common, but you watch movies and it's like everyone has a full head of hair at all times. I think that to some extent it's because of how. Ooh. So is he just by the stairways? Let's establish your identity first. I'm Bachelor Dankovsky, an authorized representative of the Inquisitor, head of the sanitary staff. Right, so what are you here for? I'm here on on assignment from General Block, report the situation. Our immediate commanding officer is Captain Longin, commander of the 15th Company. He is in charge of investigating the attack on the flamethrower-caused sanitary patrol. Any more questions? She's telling me the General Block has no authority over you. He'll be excited to find out. We're going to find the offender sooner or later anyway. We already have tactical data suggesting that one of the offenders is hiding in the ruined building in the central part of town and is presenting armed resistance. I suggest you cooperate in his arrest or else. Peter is not guilty. So he's in the ruined building? I must find Peter before he does anything reckless. He must be hiding somewhere in town. So does that mean he's in Isidore's house? When I think of the ruined building, I would probably think of Isidore Barak's place. I'll have a check. I'll have a wee check. How many drugs do I have on me? Quite a few. Let's sell them. I have a couple of beta tablets. There you go. Panacea? Oh, Panacea is the thing that completely cures the virus. The thing, I think. Is that right? Okay. So right now I have a Schmauder, which does a lot of damage, but also cures the infection. I have a white vaccine. No, it just maintains immunity in an area, so it doesn't. And then Panacea is the actual thing that cures it. Gotcha. Yeah, so with the rise of action movies and sort of the fall of comedies over the last few years, I think that's like a big part of the problem. Because you used to have a lot more schlubby comedian-type actors who weren't really there for their looks. Like, obviously, it's like Seth Rogen, people like that. I feel like now everyone's jacked and huge and buff and tall and perfect. Or at least a lot more often that's the case. Don't like that noise. Don't like that noise. Yeah. This is what I think of when I think of the ruined building. So, nope. In the center of town. Wouldn't you know it? There's a really specific... Well, partially it might be because of the rise of, like, Disney. It's where now it's like, if you're in a Disney movie, you're going to get the access to such incredible resources. So if you're an actor, like, obviously I would be the same way. If I was starring in a Disney movie and they gave me the option to get super, like, ripped on, like, a perfect diet so that I can eat nothing but delicious, nutritious meals and have a perfect workout regimen to get exactly the body that I want. Yeah, I'd absolutely do that.
My knee pits.
Alright, Sticky knows nothing. Yeah, I'd absolutely do that. But now I feel like it's just because of that, you're just not getting the diversity of body types that even in the past we used to be getting. I could even do a hot take and say that the reason for that is because Disney is trying to re-establish an idea of the Übermensch, so that their deep-seated fascist sympathies will slowly come to the fore. By having Disney convince you that, like, the traditional masculine ideal is the best body type, and like the standard, convincing you that fascism is actually good. So all these things, you know, all these things.
No, I can't stand it much longer.
I don't think so, sausage legs. I don't think so. The fact that you think it's a stretch, means Disney has already won. Oh wait, hang on a sec. Should I cure this lady's illness? Give him a schmouder. How's it going?
My stomach hurts.
There you are,
as if
Bachelor. I've been
I
waiting
was
for you, waiting to
filled
reveal to
with
you. Nobody else
straw.
knows the secret, and I'd never tell them. Who else could I reveal it to but you, the man that only came here for its sake? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Who am I talking about? Simon? Simon is alive. I just saw him suddenly appear at the Crucible. I sense him, you know. I can't ignore it. I woke up, but the feeling refused to let go of me. He's there. He is still there. It was all a lie, an illusion. Reuben will back up my words. Why Reuben? Reuben must tell the truth. He never lies. He never lies if you make him swear on his master's name. He will tell you that he never dissected the body. Simon is at the Crucible. It was all an illusion, a deception. Why would somebody arrange such a deception? Illusions. The Canes engineered the epidemic and then hid it behind a false murder. Simon is at the Crucible. I know he is, and I will have proof. If you won't do it, I'll stoop to asking the Changeling, and even the Haruspecs if she refuses to. Aglaia will heed their words more willingly than she would heed mine, and she needs to know. Simon is, to a certain extent, a concept. That much I have concluded by now, which means your words can be taken very much as an allegory. One would certainly think so. Katerina, you're on the verge of... No, that's exactly why the Canes are so abhorrent. Any fantasy that only has the right to exist in the realm of dreams, they give substance. It's as if they're bringing all those illusions, all the vastness available to the human imagination into this world. There's 50 Seth Rogans and 1 Melissa McCarthy. Oh yeah, I think it's still weighted towards dudes, generally speaking. But I definitely think that it's a situation where it feels less like body type representation is more fair for women, and more like it's just getting like worse for men too. Like Hollywood hasn't really made it that much better for women. There's always going to be like the novelty kind of larger actor, usually someone who's relegated to comedy. In the case of like lady actors, so obviously like you had Roseanne, and now you've got like Melissa McCarthy. There's always that novelty body type, but having it be like a regular accepted thing that just like, yeah, this person is sort of, I don't know, an average looking human. That was mostly just for dudes, but nowadays I feel like even that isn't the case anymore, and you're not getting so many normal looking dudes. So it's like everyone is just this sort of weird, almost like Aryan ideal something. What's so abhorrent about that? They deserve praise, worship even, if that is actually true. See, this is something that I talked about with Britt a little bit in the past. It's interesting how we have this idea of what a like healthy human being looks like being super jacked and like having these very prominent muscles, when the reality is that if you eat like a balanced diet, if you eat a balanced diet and then occasionally go for a jog or something, you're healthy. You are at that point healthy. The reason that we don't look at someone who just like has the body type of someone who eats a balanced diet and occasionally goes for a jog as like, oh, that's like someone who's super fit. We don't think that way because We're more thinking of aesthetics, right? And we have this very manufactured aesthetic idea of what a fit person looks like, you know? Anyway. Look around and see the fruits of that worship. No, they have no place on this earth. I speak as the protector of the weak. I speak on their behalf. When those such as them begin to create, the weak are always the first to suffer. Everything the Canes do is a challenge, and challenges are for the strong. How are the rest of us supposed to live? You speak on behalf of puppets. Let the weak become strong then. There's no compassion in you, so ruthless. How can you be so? Even Barak, their dreadful ripper destined to drown us all in blood. Even he has more compassion for people than you. What do you want from me, Katerina? I beg you on my knees, go to him, see for yourself that he is alive, and let the Inquisitor rend the Canes to pieces. Aglaia will be happy because the only good thing in her is her hatred of the Canes. Is that so? Well, now you do. Oh, how generously shall she reward you for the news, for exposing the villains on the eve of everyone's doom, a truly heroic deed. So why won't you do it? I ask for so little. Okay. Let's go talk to him then. According to the WHO, health is a spectrum. It's not dichotomous healthy or unhealthy. Oh, yeah, I would 100% agree with that. Did everyone see that interview with the world's strongest man recently? He's chubby, and the interviewer asked him why he didn't have a six-pack, and he said because a six-pack is an indication of strength, it's an indication of not eating enough. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think me and Britt would also talking about that when we were at the gym. It's like, if you want to... I was working my traps out a little bit. And, like, I don't think, for me, it's that important for me to have really strong traps. But, for aesthetic reasons, I want to work out my traps and get, like, that thick thing going on here. Because then I'll sort of just look bulkier and it will make me look fitter. Even though, realistically, I won't be that much stronger. Down this way? Yeah, cut across that way. So where is Peter then? Over by the staircases? Perhaps? Someday I'll be a JoJo. Someday I'll be a JoJo. It would go off of UK averages to determine what healthy is, the same way average intelligence is considered garbage. Yeah. Well, I guess that's the thing, is it's like... the standards for being, like, healthy are much lower than the standards for being seen as fit. Is the fire just endless? Do I have to walk through the fire? A person who looks healthy, most people would probably not identify them as looking fit. Yep, I have to just walk through the fire. Okay. Because when we think fit, we think like fucking Chris Evans body type, right? Someone who's fit. Whereas if you're healthy, you just balanced diet and very occasional bit of cardio, probably. Oh, no. It was a pretend fire. What do you want? Send me the dark blue flame. Oh, wait, this is Peter. I desire to burn down, not in earthly, but in heavenly fire. So please do bring me the spicy spirit. Bring me my smoky, dense, odorous sap. I want to burn myself into Irene. You look like hell, mate. So you've changed your mind to become a master of cremations after all. Is this how you want to die? Silence. Listen to my confession. I'd rather confess to you than to her. Listen, and I shall tell you of what I had managed to create. When I studied architecture, for the longest time I remained passive and didn't do or make anything at all, except observations. It always seemed to me that any house is so much more than walls, a hearth, and a roof. In the US, one exacerbating issue is that we have very bad science and medical education. People have no idea what healthy looks like, they just assume it's whatever jack celebrities look like. Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you go to the gym, like if you do curls, right? Curls will give you those big old beefy things here. They're not going to make you that much stronger. It will make you better at doing this, but like it's not going to make you that much stronger compared to like working out your core or doing like back or leg exercises. Like that's the reason that everyone skips leg day, is because it's like people don't want to have these big defined legs. They want to have like, you know, nice beefy pecs and like big chunky arms, right? Big old shoulders. Like the divide between a person seen as fit and a person seen as healthy is like very big, I feel like. I'm listening. At last I realized that any building is an edifice, a concurrence of planes, lines, rhythms, and temperatures that can become a perfect vessel for a soul. Not a human soul, no, a bigger one. The soul that no man can communicate with yet. For it has no shape, cycle, or voice. Are you referring to an intelligent being? I don't know. Neither did I know or experience the soul back then. I only sensed its existence and loved it to advance. When my passion reached its zenith, I realized by the way, I have no idea what he's saying right now. I realized I just couldn't live like that any longer. I wanted to speak its tongue, I wanted to touch it. Go on. And so I gradually began to try. I started to design buildings that were not buildings. Chambers that people couldn't live in. Everyone thought I was either a madman or a joke. Only my brother believed in me. He and the few that were privy to my secrets. They knew that my designs were not intended for men, but rather for this wondrous soul, and what came of it. That. Finally I understood that I was on the right track. I knew I discovered an insane but genuine feature that only a lover can feel. And I knew that I was striking true. I constructed project after project, but all of them contravene the laws of earthly physics and geometry. Seems like my beloved soul was unlikely to find a permanent shelter on this earth. Why? Chimeras, they're all chimeras. Nobody would have allowed me to even model them, if not for Nina the Wild. Oh, that's when my brother and I met her. She married Victor, went to live here and provided me with everything. The place, the materials, the working hands, and most importantly, the heart's willing to believe in miracles. What do you mean? I mean that buildings demand people. Moreover, they demand that people that would demand those buildings back. Museum showpieces, models, abstractions, mind games. These are all not my cups of Twirine. Nina gave me a whole living town, a town aching and craving to go heavenwards to the stars, a town desperately hungering for a crown, the crown I've given to it. Is that so? I built it from prisms and mirrors. I've managed to focus them to capture the perfect trick of the light and dream. That's right. I'm a trick master, the ultimate magician. I focus the aura of magic just like... I focus the aura of magic just like a lens focuses sun rays, and now the town is dying, poisoning my precious reef, my crystal bud, my focus. But this is treachery. It is. See, I was smart enough to take the designs of my creations to the party and give them to me as a keepsake. Oh boy, I'm thirsty. Give me 5 bottles of Twirine and you can have the designs. No one would be able to decipher them anyway, and if they do, no one would build it. Why do you need that many? I'm not planning to drink them, I need them for self-immolation. Go, I'll wait for you. Now, how much Twirine do I already have? 3. Okay. Guess I'll go get that. That was weird. I went out the other way and dunno. There's a lot of get fit quick schemes that are genuinely dangerous. Yeah, I think for the most part, anyone who tries to like do this stuff quickly is gonna damage themselves pretty badly. You there, child? Let's chat. Any Twirine? Meridorm. I could use a bit of Meridorm. And these literally have no value anymore, so... Where are the shops? I need a shop that will sell me medicines. Straight across, I think. Thank you for the follow, Pendragon Jenkins. How's it going, pal? Yeah, a couple bottles of the old... The old drink. Oh no. Oh no. Did I just do what I think I just did? Please tell me I didn't. No, I'm alright. Just gonna get myself some more money here. See if there's any drinks drinks about in this house. No, but there's some pills I can sell. Oh, that's another Meridor. Some lemons, very nice. Very angry house. Oh, hello. Please, I do not want there to be a third one. Alright, I don't think there was a third one. Good. I don't think we're finding any Twirine, but we did get a bunch of money out of that. So I think we're okay. Oh wait, is that a knife? There we go. How's that knife looking? 100%. Perfect. Perfect. And here, and oh, more things. And we're out. Cool. I'll sell that second knife then, I guess, to the shopkeeper. I'm gonna go chat with them. Wait. Where's the... What? There we go. Let's roll. I'm not sure, but I think the enemies of Pathologic 2 won't just try to just run up and punch you if you have a gun out. That's cool. If that's the case. Looked at the chat. Looked at the chat. I have a 2-day-old Rockstar, by the way. So don't worry, I'm good and energized for the stream. Because I had to pull basically an all-nighter to get the video out. Oh, by the way, what did you guys think of the video? I'm assuming a fair few of you guys watched it. Wait, hang on a sec. I think everyone hates the new Star Wars. I literally have not seen a single person that said that they liked the new Star Wars. So... Twirine? Oh wait, do we need to buy it from the pub? Are they the only place that sells it? Have a couple of lemons. Have some... some beta bucks. Yep, sure. Look at that. I've got loads of money now. Alright. Go to the pub then. Buy the Twirine there. I just need to go talk to Ruben. Yeah. Don't know where else I would get it from. Unless one of the kids had some to trade. I'll keep an eye out for the kids. Just in case. There are some people on the Letterboxd. Everyone I know who saw it said they liked the surface level stuff and enjoyed it that way, but the story had serious problems and it's not a good movie. Well, as we all know, just because you like it doesn't mean it's an objectively good movie. Those are two very different things. It's the opposite of TLJ, which people didn't like, and yet was an objectively good movie. you, sir. Actually, I'll tell you what. Can you give me some
What's
Twirine?
brewing at the Kinds? They say 5 p.
Okay. 2 Twirines, sir. Oof, those are expensive. But whatever. I also really need to get some food. But we have the 5 bowls. Yeah. Okay. I knew there'd be a need for alcohol at some point. See, the thing with Joker is I really like Joker, but I really dislike most people that like Joker. Well, I guess what I'll say is I find the fan base surrounding Joker extremely obnoxious. Even if I myself do think it's like one of the best movies to come out this year. Alright. Have some alcohol, my friend. Brought the Tyrene. Carefully or they'll catch fire. Have you seen how it burns, by the way? It's fuel work. The flame of a deep green, navy, purple, crimson, black. You're gonna see it now. Stop, I have a better idea. Really? Go help your brother. Do you know that he's been arrested? He's killed several people trying to help you. Maria asked me to tell you something. She did what? She'll become a mistress and construct your latest invention. She gave me her word. Maria's turning into a chrysalis now. Who knows what kind of butterfly will flutter out from it. And by the way, Maria is your to unite with now, not mine. I'll help her, Peter. Don't give up so easily. Come out of the pyre. Look at that. Send me the dark blue flame. I desire to burn down, not inearthly. Okay. This place is memorable to me. It was after making this ruin that I had an epiphany and realized how to erect my tower heavenwards. And the mask came into my possession after my unsuccessful appointment as a master of cremations. Go away from here, Peter. Go to Andrew. Or go away from here, Peter. Maria's waiting. Go to Andrew. First I'll go to my place. I don't want to see anyone in this condition. Too much has burned to ashes inside of me. Too much has evaporated into thin air. I want to drown myself in the new flame. Haven't you had enough? No. Go in peace, Danil, or give the designs back. Tell me, Peter, what have you constructed? What is it? Have you been inside the tower? The children I have. It's a multi-dimensional space. It is turned unto itself. It has no surfaces, borders or bounds. It has no mass. It has no end. I don't believe you. Then go and see for yourself. Just let the children teach you how to get back. But this is a sensation, a groundbreaking discovery that will turn the world upside down. The discovery is not mine. I've nothing to be proud of, really. I've stumbled across it by accident. Moreover, I don't really understand how it works. I've studied my own calculations inside out, and I still don't get it. Something's off, but what? That is the question. Well, I never, an architect of schizophrenia. Man, Danil sucks. Okay. Okay. I've received the priceless designs, which take me to the Inquisitor immediately. Sure. Nice. Now, I do need to get some... Oh! I guess I got set on fire that time. It's like how the author of The Lottery was most horrified by people asking her where they could go see it. What's that? This flame's right there. I don't know why there's just like a flame there. What mechanical purpose that serves. Yeah, no, it's just I held on to the corner there both times. I didn't trip. I didn't trip. Nasty, nasty chat. Just a nasty old chat. There you go. Gaslighting chat. rude gaslighting chat. Where is the crucible? I forget which thing is the crucible. Dunno. Yeah. Crucible's the cane house? Ah, yeah. We'll see what comes of that then. I think I might have to go buy some... Oh, God. Oh. That rock star is so sour. I don't know what you're talking about, Ashrad. If I'm paying that much, I at least want to get more than fucking veggies. Fine. Let me crunch that down. There you go. I'll at least get the video game to stop yelling at me about it. Sabarov houses the rod. Sounds right to me. Okay. Owen Quiesit or you there, drunk? What you got for me? Bandages. Thank you very much. Thank you. I forget if there's a butcher shop around here. I don't think there is. Incidentally, I'm gonna go chat with Maria about this whole Simon situation.
Yes.
Actually, there is no reason for you to come see me today, for I am a chrysalis. No, you're a truly beautiful woman, Maria. I'd be really... If I couldn't trade with the drunks in this game, I'd be beside myself. It's like one of the best trading supplies I have. They just give me a bunch of healing items for a commodity that I don't really use elsewhere. Ah, there he is. He's in that building. I don't really get anything out of the water other than like as a very basic healing item, so... Or not even that, a very basic... thing for restoring hunger.
The carcass in the lot.
They're just being weird. Just ignore them. I'll ignore the canes. They're all acting strangely. Aglaya, let's chat. Aw, thank you, sheepish dog. Yeah, this weekend we're mostly just prepping for the leaving on Monday.
What?
Alright, I'm listening to an equal bachelor. Thank you for the follow, by the way, to Papa Poom. Here are the blueprints. Hopefully you'll treat them with utmost care. They'll probably become a bibliographical rarity even before the author passes away. That's out of the question. From what I know about the author, he doesn't have much time left. A wild lifestyle, heightened anxiety, alcohol and hallucinogen addiction, obsessive phobias, remarkably intensive neural stress. 1 second, chat. Oh, okay. Alright. A wild lifestyle, heightens anxiety, alcohol and hallucinogen addiction, obsessive phobias, and remarkably intensive neural stress, and yet you're implying something else when mentioning a short lifespan. What? No. As you're probably aware, yesterday I took that young man under my protection and averted a threat to him. Admittedly, I also implied that people like him are always in danger. Always. Tell me, how long have you known that man? Not that long. Do you have some less than apparent information about him? Or his brother and I were peers? Or maybe... not that long. Has he ever told you of the similarities the two of you bear? That you could end up in a position similar to his and vice versa? That being an inevitable victim of circumstance is the only fate available to a genius? I ask you to be precise. A lot of things hinge on your answer. That was a disturbing question. No, he never said that. Well, let us take a look at the blueprints then. What do you think? It's an absolute masterpiece, a world-class sensation. It's a masterpiece. Well, there's a few logical inconsistencies, but is that what you think? Well, I'll have a look. Go now and only come back here after a while, preferably tomorrow, just as I intended. Is that it? Okay. There's the main quest done for the day. Well, geez. I guess today is the day for side quests. That's fun. Today's the day for side quests and finding places to get food. Is this game logically inconsistent? No! Not my drunk! Oh, you fucking dickhead. You were lucky enough to have some tiring on you? Wait, what happens if you don't? Don't you just have to buy it? Fucking kill stealers. Alright, meanwhile... what happened to, where's our bound list? Not QT? Yeah. Ava. Is Ava dead? Because it said she was dead, but that if she's dead, then that means we can't win the game. So, hope that isn't the case. Alive in our hearts. Well, that's pretty much the same thing. Bottle, yes, and bottle, yes. God, can you imagine standing around all day in like a shirt, like a sleeveless vest, in the rain, in black rain? Wow, this is a real clusterfuck. We love you, Ava. Come back to us. Please come back from the swampy hell world that you were sent to. No, no. Wait, I've been told? Nope. No, I had someone in my Twitter replies tell me that if I just stand perfectly still, the infection won't get me. But well, turns out Twitter's lying. Which is a big shock. Thank you. No. There you go. Jack, stop reading your Twitter replies. See, that's really good advice. But I won't be taking it. What? Ah! This is the first I've seen or heard of this game, and it has big N64 energy in a good way. I'm gonna say it has big N64 energy, and then stop at that. Wait, what? Why is my health at half? What? Why am I at half health? What? Did I walk through something, chat? Yeah. I'm at less than half health. The hell? This game is on sale for like barely over $1 now. I bought it when it was 10, but I don't regret it because the studio deserves money to make their new things. The game detected your save scumming and punishing you. Yeah. Chat didn't see anything. Health's full, yeah, health is full here. So I don't know. At some point, I guess I walked into a bullet. I don't really know. Anything here. Just gonna keep quit saving so I can make it through this area without getting fucked up. Oh, thank you. And bottle, thank you. Oh Jesus! I'm just sprinting around now. I like the graphics, but to be fair, I've been watching you for an hour and I have no idea what's going on or even what type of game this is. Yep, that's Pathologic. Can I get around this? No. No. No, I can't. It's basically, the game is just going from place to place and uncovering a mystery. It's like if you imagine a survival game crossed with like a Sherlock Holmes type thing. I don't know. It's like you're in this town, you're investigating stuff. Oh!
AI the Somnium Files.
Everyone in chat, if you played AI the Somnium Files, it's exactly the same. I only know this game from Jack playing it, but one thing I think I wouldn't have a problem with is the walking speed and the lack of fast travel. I mean, I would like to be able to move faster, but I get that it's just not a thing you can do in this game. Can I get around this cloud? What if I do this? There we go. Easy. Thanks for the kill stills, dude. Or at least get some money. I contributed to that. Whatever. Fucking military. If there's one problem with the military, it's kill stealing. So Reuben is... What? What? I thought I was going to go talk to Reuben. What? Katerina was saying that Reuben was... Did Reuben move? Because there was a thing that popped up over here saying that Simon was alive.
Rumor has it Boss Turek.
You got anything for me? Just a bunch of bullshit that I could never possibly afford? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. That's weird. Reuben's here. I guess I'll check Reuben's place then. Yeah, just there was a symbol on the map and there isn't anymore. Oh, hello, drunk. Let's chat. Ah, good man. Thank you. I'd recommend both Pathologic 1 and Pathologic 2, but they're both bad games in different ways. And we'll find out what Pathologic 2 is all about in the new year. I think definitely Pathologic 2 will be a New Year stream game. I think me and folks in chat can find some fun in that. They let me go, but it can't be. Georgie was supposed to put me to death. Why would he have put you to death? Blasphemy, of course. Would you still not realize the fate that befell Simon? Tell me the truth, Reuben. Is Simon alive? What do you mean? Simon's dead. Certainly dead now, although he was alive. For all the while, he was thought to be dead. Katerina Suborov came back from another sojourn with the spirits and declared that Simon has arisen in the crucible just now. She's hysterical. Katerina is... that Clara did something to her, took her power and her crown as a mistress. Are you certain that she said that? It's impossible. I broke Simon down into tiny particles with my own hands and turned him into the white vaccine. How are you certain that the man whose body you took was Simon Kane? You think I don't know what Simon looked like? You think his greatness, his noble visage, even comparable to his brother or anyone else? After all, if that wasn't his superhuman blood, who else's could fight the disease for so long and almost beat it, even at the cost of lethargy? Whose? Can you tell me? I understand that in all my time here, I have never, not even once, seen Simon, the only man I'd hoped to meet here. I never saw him alive, never saw him dead. What do you expect me to believe? Fine, ask at the Crucible. Since they let me go, they clearly don't think of me as either a murderer or a blasphemer. Let them explain where Simon is. I've said all I can. By the name of your master, Reuben, answer me. Did you tell the truth? It's all true. It's true. All of it. I broke Simon down into particles. Anything that couldn't be used to make the vaccine, I burned. There is no mistake. Can't you see? Only that wondrous organism could produce the white vaccine. The one that's still keeping hundreds of people alive. I give you my word. Very well, then my path takes me to the Crucible once again, just as 9 days ago, when your master directed me there. Okay. Go talk to the Canes about their weird shit. Do it. If there's one impression, I'm a bad impressionist, folks. Anyone who watches my streams regularly would know anytime I try to do any voice of any kind, I can't. But I like my Palpatine. Kill them. Have you heard the tale of... Crucible's this way. Darth Plagueis. Sheev. I hope that the Rise of Skywalker is entirely through the perspective of Sheev Palpatine. The entire film is through his eyes. We watch the entire story of how Palpatine came back. What happened after he got chucked in that hole? Where did he go? How did he get from there to here to there? Kill Steelers once again. God just doesn't really care, I guess. Okay. Little thing, guards in this game. They don't shoot gun. They don't shoot their guns. They don't really shoot them. I haven't even seen TLJ, let alone TROS, but I'm going to go ahead and play Sosuke Aizen over Palpatine with confidence. You can do what you want, pal. I wouldn't put anyone over Palpatine. There you go. Double check if this drunk has anything for me. Nope. Now, which is the fastest route? Cutting through this way. Oh, another drunk. Limmy made the observation in one of his streams that I would broadly agree with, and it's that there is something appealing about Palpatine, if only because it feels like he's the only character in all of Star Wars who's just like having fun. Everyone in Star Wars always seems like sad or like they're making the best of a bad situation. Palpatine's just having a laugh. He's just always he's doing his little everything he's doing is just because he thinks it's funny. He is motivated purely by just like having a laugh. And I think there's something to that. It's the same reason we like the Joker, you know? Someone who just seems like they're having a good time. Not like in a depression spiral because the weight of the world is on their shoulders. He's a prankster. He's a prankster. He's the quintessential prankster.
Haru Specs rescued Grace from Changeling's plots. It's most likely Capella's doing.
Maria, are you aware that I've always been completely honest with you? I am, Endanil. You're a man of honor. Maria, tell me, have you always been frank with me? You're the only person I've always been frank with, Endanil. This is probably because our meeting was so strange, and we have spent too much little time together. You are the only one I've always been honest with, and I will keep being honest with you, Endanil. I don't want to lie to you. Maria, tell me, is it true that Simon is alive? Not quite. It's complicated, but you're not going to believe me anyway. There's a deer. Wow, I'm even more excited. Star Wars should have been about how the Jedi Order is terrible. Isn't that kind of what the prequels are about? The prequels just don't really execute on it very well. It's a pity that you've come to know our family at this horrible time. None of us is in tune with their true nature these days. Hopefully you haven't yet been to the right wing. I'm already red-pilled enough. The wing is where my father. Where my father used to live. What's going on with you all, Maria? Mysticism. I can only tell you that you should trust us. But if you would rather abandon us now and go over to the winner's side, then you should leave, rather than watch us perish. What in the world are you talking about? Uncle is preparing to die. I'm preparing to be awakened. My father will not be here for long. I don't think I'll ever understand you, the Canes. We are innocent before our town. Nobody has ever done so much for the people as we have. Just wait some more until I awaken, and I shall explain it to you. I need explanations now. The accusations you family is facing... The accusations you family is facing are too grave. Alright, talk to my dear, to my father. Just don't be surprised by anything, and do not ask unnecessary questions. He's a bit out of it, but he can offer good advice.
What?
Okay. So does, like, she have the spirit of her mum in her now? And one of them has the spirit of Simon in them now? They're all kind of getting mixed up in a big old hive mind of fun. Did everyone see the pop culture detective video on the Jedi / prequels? I think I did.
I feel as though my blood is getting thicker.
Oh, we're talking about JoJo?
An omen, is it not?
I've only seen part 1 of JoJo, and I thought it was enjoyable, but I would never say it was like a great show based on that first part. It was just kind of a solid, goofy adventure anime type thing. It was a bit, maybe a little bit samey, but it was fun.
It just gets more ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't judge it just by the first part. I'm just saying that's all I've seen so far. My consciousness hasn't completely returned to me yet. I can hardly imagine how much must have changed since then. I need to ask you a question. Ask. I shall answer as clearly as I can. Do you know why ghosts always speak in riddles? It used to puzzle me. After all, I've never felt compelled to resort to allegory in order to draw conclusions from my visions. Now I know the answer. Their consciousness is fragmented. Is it true that Simon Kane is alive? But what do you call life? Strange. Throughout my career, I've answered that question numerous times, but now I don't know what to tell you. Do you believe in the soul's immortality? Sure. Do you know of that which we call memory? I have never had one myself, but yes. Why then did you ask me that question about Simon? Katerina was in a frenzy. She is convinced that Simon's at the Crucible. So that's why. Tell me, did Katerina only talk about Simon? Only him? And you say she was in a frenzy. Did she not notice the presence of another person at the Crucible, the very thought of whom should make the girl tremble? She only spoke of Simon. So you want to know the truth about Simon? So be it. The truth is that Georgie Kane, who so ardently desired eternal life for his brother, has committed himself in entirety to Simon's memory. He is imbued completely with memories of him. That is what Katerina saw, but she is very sloppy with her visions. So basically, they put Simon's consciousness into Georgie, right? If Katerina starts spreading rumors of Simon's return, tell them Georgie has gone mad. That he imagines himself to be Simon, and Katerina is sensing those waves. Talk to Georgie, let him confirm his consent to being presented as a madman. You mean he must himself agree that I paint him as insane? Yes, go to him. Talking to him will open your eyes to the truth. You're a perceptive man, after all. Help us. Such rumors would be very inopportune. And please accept some money. It will be of use in shutting up a few particularly big mouths. And accept I will. I hear the words of a person born to rule. I'm doubly grateful that this power has nothing to do with me. Hey, I got some money. Okay. Interesting. So Georgie's apparently got Simon's brain in him,
in the lot
which is basically saying he has another man inside him. So I'll chat with Georgie about that and then go from there. See you later, Artist Tyre. Have a good night. Archives for this stream. Okay. Archives for the stream are obviously going to be going up on Twitch, and I'll be trying to get them up on YouTube as quickly as I can. I think we've got one more stream. Probably I can do a stream tomorrow. There is always the possibility that tomorrow I'll just have too much going on and I won't end up doing a stream. But I'm going to try and do a breadcom stream So if you guys will be up for that, I'd be happy to do a few hours of breadcom just to sort of see us off before me and Britt prep to head out on Monday. What do you want? I just want to talk to you and ask for your blessing in a certain difficult affair. Yes, you're exactly as I imagined. My boy, when Isol described... Can you stop making that face, please? Thank you. My boy, when Isidore described you to me, I knew that this is the way I would like my heir to be. Alas, I have never begotten one. I'm not the first Cain to lack a son, and regrettably not the last. Why? I think this is the price we pay for leaving too much life in our wake. Life that is lush, blooming, unpredictable, and unrestrained. The soul that could have belonged to our children is dissolved in our man-made legacy. You're a mystic. Are you not seeing what you expected to see? I want to know the truth about Simon Cain. The truth about Simon Cain is the kind of truth that may only be explained to those ready to accept it. They want to know what happened to his body? Very well. Simon Cain was afflicted with the sand plague. His body has been torn into droplets and fibers. It's a pity that we now cannot produce his remains before the non-believers. What are they to find comfort in now? The news that you have gone mad, Judge. Do you believe that I've gone mad? No, but you've changed, and I'm surprised. Here is my final request. Tell the Inquisitor that Georgie Cain has gone insane, and that our family is in preparation for collective suicide. That should do. Perhaps she will even leave you alone for another day or two. But that's not true, is it? Not entirely true, but true enough to satisfy a vigorous mind like hers. Temporary lives will depart, so that the eternal lives will be reborn. Go now, my boy. You are no mystic. You are no mystic after all. Okay. Well, this is a bummer. So the Cains are all going to go die, I guess. I'll go tell Aglia about it. And then I guess... I don't know. That's my day used up, I think. Unless there's some other side quest that I don't know about.
There are so many crows in the sky.
I'll say that. The prequels, one thing the prequels had, and I really hope that the new movie brings it in, prequels had some good music. That, I think Revenge of the Sith, where it has the... That's a good tune. I'm listening to an equal bachelor. What is your initial opinion on the blueprints? My initial opinion is that of amazement. As far as I understand, such a structure simply cannot hold. All of this could only work if this chamber was floating in a weightless state. Oh, chat. Hang on a second. Let me get through this and I'll talk to you about Mandalorian. Those charts are nothing but an intellectual fancy, a mind game, like a Perpetuum mobile. An apt comparison indeed. I was just thinking that. So how does it all stay in balance, especially with 1,000 children inside? I don't understand. Howdy, Serena Tortellini. The base of the stairs is extremely strong and the materials are remarkably light. That's the town folks' explanation. Listen, I need to study this some more. Come to me next morning. I feel that we're on the right path. This is where the catch is. Metaphysics aside, there has to be some practical reason for his existence, wouldn't you agree? If you're talking about the disease, then I'll have you know that the tower is clean. I confirm there's no infection. Of course, I'm sure it is. That's the first thing I checked out as well. It's squeaky clean. We have little time. Block says that the soldiers are getting restless. The sand plague has reached the encampments. The troops are about to riot. Hopefully he'll be able to keep them in check for a day or two, won't he? And that's all the time we need. And what if he's not? Okay. So that's the thing in the balance right now. All we need is just a couple more days to just get that vaccine out there. Nice and easy. But if the military starts freaking out, then it's all fucked. Alright. Have you already been told about the Cains? God, these days I'm told about nothing but the Cains. Or do you mean something really special? I have extremely valuable information. Where do you imagine Simon Cain currently is? Give me 1 second, folks. I just want to real quickly check a thing. Wait. Okay, all good. Partly in heaven and partly in the ground, I suppose. Why? You have reason to believe otherwise? You should know that Georgie Cain has gone insane. He believes himself to be Simon. He'll possibly die soon. Victor too. I don't believe that. Out of the question. I don't ever want to hear about it. Don't make me disappointed, I beg of you. I've told you what I intended to. Draw your own conclusions. Is that so? Well, that changes everything. I will of course draw my own conclusions. In fact, I'm doing so right now. The information is indeed extremely valuable. I'll even allow myself to appraise their precise price tag. However, it wouldn't be very nice for two crafty people like us to outwit each other, wouldn't you agree? I have my own opinion, and I'll remain entitled to it with your kind permission. Hey, she gave me some money. Sick. I shouldn't have put my trust in Aglaia. Contrary to what I expected, the conversation with her did not set me at ease. In her eyes, I caught a glimpse of the strange flame that was illuminating Victor's gaze as we spoke. Did someone say they were related? I think I'm going insane as well. Just curious. If I go here, and then if I just say to her that Simon's alive, I'm curious what she'll say. If it ends the same way anyway, I'll just go back to what I'd already done. But I'm intrigued by the potential consequences. Wait, did I not do an autosave? Any point 1501. I think that'll be the furthest foot ahead. Yeah, I think anyway. There has been rip-off and a homage, is whether you like it. I don't know that I'd agree with that. Okay. I would say that if something's a rip-off, it's to the point where it's like identical. But I think that it's definitely a lot of crossover, sure.
Few people know death.
Why? Mystic. Simon Kane. Dun 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 dun. Right. Unless there's any more side quests for me to figure out today. I don't believe that's the case. Alright, so. The Canes, valuable. It seems to me that Simon is alive. I don't believe that out of the question. Don't even want to hear it. Drawing conclusions. Okay. So no, it's the same either way. Okay. The real question is whether they try to pass it off as their own. Don't know. I don't know what to do the rest of the day then. I guess I'll go talk to Vlad, in case Vlad has anything for me, but from the looks of things, that's everything for the day done. You there? Kill stealers. I just need to grab some food. Because actually, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the morning if I don't, with the food that I currently have. Maybe I can just drink a bunch of water to balance out the fact that I'm not really that tired. Yeah. See how it goes. See how it goes. What you got? Thank you. Jar Jar Binks. I mean, I'd take a Jar Jar Binks film. Just as a bit of fun. A nice little silly spin-off thing. I think that time has looked kindly on Jar Jar. I think Jar Jar has aged well. The only thing that I don't want is the actor to have more, I'll see you later, Laka. Is more harassment for the actor who plays Jar Jar, because I know he got, like, pretty severely harassed. Oh, Mandalorian. I don't really have, like, any hot takes about it, but I like it. It's fun. It's very simplistic. Like a very simple story, but there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. I feel like it's interesting how very simple stories tend to be the ones that are easiest for people to enjoy.
Don't tell me that's not what you were expecting.
I would give it to you for free, but I'm always completely out of cash these days, and the scouts require pay. If we give them the money today, that will guarantee we'll still have a map tomorrow. By the way, the patterns of infection have been pretty whimsical lately. No thanks. I mean, should I just sleep the whole rest of the day? Is that it? It's like there's so much less left of the day. Curious. Let me go to this other butcher shop. The simpler the story, the easier it is for the crew to take the time to do it well. Yeah, but like, when you think about like a really simple, like, for instance, like Logan or The Last of Us, right? It's like, this girl is important. You need to protect her, and you need to go from here to here while making sure nothing bad happens. And that is like a really good, solid framework for just like a story that everyone can get engaged with. Whereas when you get these stories that's all about weird, and there's something time travel, multiple plot lines, and alternate realities, all that, that's where things get kind of muddy, I think, for a lot of people. But it's a good, simple, like, you have an infection, and if you don't cure it, you're gonna die. Which is the entrance to this place? Thank you. Food, please. Thank you. And a thank you. There's a coffee too. I haven't had any other letters today. I think I do just have to end the day. I don't know, something doesn't feel right about this, but I think I just have to go with it. I'm really excited for The Last of Us 2. You just describe why I'm burnt out of 300+ hour open world games, too broad a focus, try to do and be everything. Yeah, I get that too. Like, I love a story with like a really straightforward premise. Like, you know, like say a detective story. This girl is missing. It's the detective's job to find where the girl went, right? Like a nice basic premise that then we can elaborate on and create this whole bigger narrative out. But like built on a very simple premise. Find person, protect person, transport, move, go from here to here. You know, I think that can be a very solid framework for some very cool stuff. Or like, you know, the raid, right? That's a really cool story because it's just like a building's being raided. That's what I've been enjoying about like the Judge Dredd stories when I've been reading the comics there. They've been very much like Judge needs to, you know, find a person or move a thing over, guard a thing, A lot of very
It is
simple
not.
sort of narratives. I guess I'm gonna just sleep then. I guess I'll take. I think I'm good. Take a bandage and just sleep for a bit, I suppose. Any letters? No. Alright, now let's drink a bunch of water. Alright. And the day is done.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Oh, just to remind you, any news from Barak yet? Any luck proving the mineral origins of the bacterium? Last we spoke, Barak did his best to assure me that the abattoir cleaned of infection. Tomorrow he is supposed to present me with evidence of that. As of now, I have no reason to suspect him of being short-sighted, let alone dishonest. If I understand him right, the character of the local soil renders geodesic. Will not occur. So go talk to Barak? Or was I supposed to talk to Barak yesterday? The game would have indicated at me that I was supposed to do that if I was supposed to. It's alright. I'm not too worried about it. Complex storylines can be difficult to keep your underlying ideas straight because you're focused on making the literal text understandable. To a certain extent, unless they start to just embrace the confusing nature of it. Like Inherent Vice is a good example of that. Inherent Vice is a movie that is sort of fine with you being confused by it. I think there's validity to that too. I should rewatch Inherent Vice. I think that's the only Paul Thomas Anderson movie I haven't seen like a dozen times. Is it on Netflix? Think, Jack, think. I don't believe so.
The law of gravity is tragically incompatible with dream catching. Illusions have to be let go of in good time.
There is a tricky way to save the specular tower, but there will be casualties. What do you say?
The law demands that we remain silent, as if there's nothing to save but this ridiculous tower.
There is another tricky way. It allows for saving the town of men, but it also requires a sacrifice.
Well, I feel like
what do you say?
The law is impartial. The choice is yours.
Is there an alternative way to subvert your ridiculously unfair law?
We're just doing our job.
So you get these people like, oh, we just want to subvert your
Live
expectations.
some more.
The thing with Game of Thrones that ended up letting me down in terms of how the narrative played out wasn't so much that it got too complicated as just there was just too much going on at once. Like every episode they had to catch up a little bit on what everyone was up to, and there was like 10 different storylines. So you would have these things where like Brienne, over the course of an entire season, it's just Brienne just sort of shows up and reminds us that she has a thing to do in a few episodes' time. So I just want to keep track of a story. Like, here's how I wanted Game of Thrones to work in terms of its general narrative through line. I think how Game of Thrones should have worked is they should have had like an A plot and a B plot each episode, or maybe even just an A plot. but or like just so like each episode focuses on one story, so you get this like very fulfilling narrative beat over the course of an episode, rather than having it be what it ended up being from season 5 onwards, which is like 12 catch-ups on like what everyone's up to, and then so across a season everyone's story barely develops because you just sort of get these little bits each episode.
Could we predict our conduct?
Okay, thank you, Mark. Now, on my end, I'm going to go talk to Brock. I wonder how much of the town is diseased at this point. So have a chat with... have a chat with the Ripper himself, and then see where the day takes us. One day remains, folks. Day 12. Day 12 is when it all ends. So we're nearly there. We are fast approaching our conclusion. Still can't go pee on his body. I think complex done correctly is can be more engaging than simple. It's just harder to do. So for something like Beloved, you have the history of African American slavery, three focal characters with their own goals, motivations, and damage. So yeah, I completely agree. My favorite movie is Magnolia, and Magnolia is like the story, like six different like people's lives all sort of intersecting, and they're off doing their own thing, and then things sort of come together and go apart. And that is a story that gets very hard to keep track of, but I love Magnolia. That movie is fantastic. It's my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and he is my favorite director. So, do you know Katerina's successor? Oh, this is very complicated. First, I was absolutely positive it was Clara. For a long time, I was sure Clara was the plague itself. I'm ashamed to admit it now that I know for sure that she is the real miracle maker, perhaps even a saint. So what? Can't she be Katerina's successor? No, a saint can't be the mistress of Earth. Oh, hey, bud. So you guys are heading out? Okay. Yeah. I've only got 1 day left to solve this plague. So we're gonna get this solved, and then I guess we'll watch Star Wars. A saint can't be the mistress of Earth, I think. These ideas are incompatible. Even though she says that everything she does, even the horrible deeds she does for the greater good, I'm so confused. Even now that I have been assured of her sainthood, she just seems disturbing to me. Why? I'm worried that she's clinging to the commander too much, a very peculiar ally. Perhaps there's nothing bad about it. Perhaps she wants to influence him with her blessed power, to quench his cruelty. But there's something unnatural about this union. Perhaps you're right. I didn't catch any of that. But I trust you, chat. What'd she say, chat? Can you sum me up? Sum up what was just being talked about? Oh hey, the cloud went away. Neat. Okay. Incidentally, I think I need to go and buy some more meats. Oh. Can you fucking... There you go. Money. Thank you. And a butcher shop. The changeling is spending too much time with the general. Very possibly. I haven't seen Clara in quite a bit, actually. Don't know what the heck she's up to. Oh, food is getting a little bit cheaper. Oh, we can get an egg. Okay, folks, it's egg time. I do not need a lemon. In fact, I will sell you a lemon, if you'd like. Whoa. Sure, take that too. Let's have us an egg. A delicious, revitalizing egg. Yum. Well, I definitely feel better. There's a big old mess going on over there. Anyway, good game. Good game. Good game. I love how inventory full of crap you never actually use has been a trope since the dawn of gaming and is still going strong. It's the constant. It's a hard thing to fix. Like... Wait, what? What? This after I came out the shop? Is this after I ate the egg? Yes. Okay. It's a hard thing to fix, because the alternative is just not letting the player pick crap up. That's kind of the only alternative. There it is. Anyway. Talk to... Not... Oh shit, did I say Isidore again? Talk to... Oh, I don't know what his name is. The Ripper. His name's the Ripper. As far as I'm concerned, that's all he'll ever be. Where are you, disease? Oh, no, just not going to materialize. That's fine. That is fine. Artemy. Oh, I always mix Artemy and Andrew. I hate these flamethrower guys. So for those who haven't been paying attention, if the flamethrower guy, he'll just like suddenly start shooting fire at an enemy. If you're anywhere near the enemy, you immediately take like 5 million damage. Like, yeah. Can you, thanks. Unless the game wanted me to talk to a Glaya. Guess we'll find out. Avoid the... Oh! What? Sleepy Bunny, what is this emote? What the fuck? Is that custom emote? What? What is this? Is that just the thing Twitch automatically has put like a filter on? You can use channel points to mod emotes. That's silly. And cool. How do you get channel points? So I haven't been paying enough attention to the gamification of Twitch chat. Smoked meat? Sure. Cure my meat sweats. Wouldn't that be cool? If you ate too much meat, you can track the meat sweats. They just tick up while you're watching. Wow, they really have gamified Twitch chat, huh? Don't worry, folks. If you watch my stream for another 5 hours straight and make sure to resubscribe at least 5 months in a row, you get a level up. Ooh. And then there'll be a little thing next to you that'll say, level 2. Level 2 viewer. Which would be really cool. You can show it off to everyone, can't you? Brock? No? Okay. I'll go check and see if he's upstairs. Every once in a while, you can click to get extra. It's quite the Skinner box. Sounds fun. Sounds fun. Hope this isn't a precursor to charging real world money for point packs or something. I think it's just like a shallow, gamey way to get people to engage with content more. I don't think there's anything too complicated about it. Oh, wait, no. This was all a waste of time. Brock isn't even here. Well. Huh. Well then. Well then. Let's see if this weird kid has anything to say. What you have to say, little missy?
Feels like I'm pee-pee.
Nope. Nope. They also have added sound effects you can play for bits. Wait, does my chat have it? I'm not saying anyone has to give me bits, but I'm curious if you can actually do that. Does Twitch give you the ability to do that? For my stream? To make noises play? Or did I have to opt in for that? I think Twitch afraid Mixer would eat their engagement lunch. I feel like people are sticking on Twitch. Doesn't seem like Mixer is really shaking things up that much. If you hover over the video, it pops up. Huh. Interesting. Add their little custom noises. Howdy, Viro Logic Zero. Oh, well, I guess I'm just going to wander around for a minute then. Head on over to Aglaya. This trip was still fairly worth it just because I was able to get some food out of it. I mean, the alternative was just sleeping when my character isn't particularly tired, so I think I'm fine. Oh, thank you, and thank you. Sticky, while I'm in the area. What's up, pal? Anything new to talk about?
My knee pit.
Nope. Nothing to say. You can disable it if you want to. I mean, I don't mind if anyone wants to like try it out. Feel free, but don't matter none to me. I'm just surprised that it's opt out as opposed to opt in. But well, maybe it's like a subtle way to just sort of reassure any creators, like, no, you don't have any power here. We're gonna decide how this platform works. This is our platform, you're just on it, type situation. Oh, well, okay.
Yes.
Wait, did I say it was opt? No, it's opt out by nature. Sorry, I might have got those mixed up. Now is not a good time to talk. It's never a good time to talk with you, Alexander. Oh, where's Peter at? Maybe I should go chat with Peter. Check that he hasn't, you know, set himself on fire or anything.
It is.
Nope. No one wants to chat, and it's only 3 a.m. Who doesn't want to have a good old gab at 3 a.m.? Yep. So I'll meet you there at 9. Okay. All right, folks, we've got another hour in us. If we can get the game completed in the next hour, we'll try to. If not, we will be doing a follow-up stream probably like midday tomorrow, just to get things sorted out. Yeah, they're gonna go have tacos. Lucky for me, I've already stuffed my face with fake burgers. Oh, hey, you're supposed to be with your bro.
You saved my brother and me from being shot. But if you truly value my life so much, protect the tower.
You saved my brother and me. I won't make kids if the flower falls down. I should have passed away yesterday. Now I'll be bound to roam the vale of tears, worthless, powerless, restless, like a ghost. Peter, what's happening to the Canes? What does your tower have to do with it? Tell me, you know them well after all. Do you believe in the existence of the immortal soul? I personally do, because I think, like, here's what I'm thinking, right? All the matter on Earth is, like, the same, like, there's not that much stuff coming in from space, right? So the matter is all the same. It's just a matter of it being constantly reformed in different ways. So in that sense, my brain is made of stuff that, like, you know, cows and other animals and various things, and it all use that to make my brain. So in a sense, my soul, which would be like my brain, is being spread out across the world. Like when I die, my brain's going to rot or burn up somewhere and then end up somewhere else. Probably. Not me, though. I want to get frozen so that I can come back as a robot. It just so happens that Maria believes in it fervently. Khan fancies my creation, but he only sees optical tricks in it and is reluctant to admit to its other qualities. But Maria believes that the polyhedron can hold to the glint of a deceased person's soul. The Canes call it memory. She wants to lodge Simon's soul into the polyhedron, repeatedly reflected by reflections of reflections disconnected from the ground, endlessly soaring between the firmament and the void. Yes, the polyhedron was intended for Simon. It will become a shrine for the Canes, a shrine where they'll be able to turn to him for advice to prepare for their future achievements. What does it mean? A man, in fact, is not the master of inspiration. Inspiration is sent from above. It just so happens that all these years has been coming from Simon and from Nina, of course. I have a feeling that Maria has successfully executed an intricate scheme, involuntarily perhaps, but what's done is done. So, like, if a mum in the early stages of pregnancy were to eat a whole human brain, right, then the matter from that brain surely would go into the baby, and so surely that baby would have some of the soul of the brain from the person who the mum ate the brain of, right? Why has no one done this experiment? Anyway, what scheme? An intricate one. You're aware that Victor and Georgie are already dead, right? You're mistaken, they're still alive. The senior Canes are no more. They've spent their whole life forced to hold on to the memory of their beloved departed. The memory that has no focus because of us. Both of them are merely bodies now, inhabited by different souls. Because, like, the matter from the brain, because I don't think that the soul is something, like, metaphysical. I think that it's like our physical brains are just these really complex things. But it's just matter at the end of the day. So surely you can just transfer that matter into something else. You should read the Book of the New Sun. Brain-eating memory transfer plays a big part. I will. Thank you. Georgie is holding on to Simon Victor, to his beloved spouse, Nina Kana, who had to be moved away from the focus of the crucible when Simon had left his body. Well, so far, Beholden, what I found interesting is that I think, for the most part, this story plays out in a similar way, even if you say that it's just the story of a plague happening in a village, where everything else is kind of just stuff that the player is seeing in the same way you might sort of see things in a Silent Hill game that isn't necessarily physically, literally there. You know what I mean? Like when I killed that weird baby giraffe, and then the Bachelor wrote something about how it's like some kind of hallucination of the mind conjured up by the sand plague. Yeah. Georgie is holding on to Simon Victor, to his beloved... I mean, I'm sure that kind of group madness happened when plagues were happening, right? Like, I think there were plagues that played psychological tricks on people, or at the very least, obviously you had people who, like, got plagues, and then they suffered massive dehydration, things that, like, dehydrate the brain, make you lose sense of reality, and then everyone else also is suffering from it. So there is kind of this, like, communal madness that would slowly pop up when those kinds of diseases came about, because it was just a bunch of people and who this isolated community of just a bunch of people who were all sort of losing it. Luckily, we have the internet now, so I can just talk to Twitter about it. But it's too confined for Simon. This house diminishes him. Peter, you look unusually sober. I wouldn't have been surprised to hear something like this from you yesterday, but now... Okay.
Truth is found.
Interesting. So there's something going on. I think I'm vibing on this game because the completely galaxy-brained philosophobabble is giving me Morrowind lessons of Vivek types. I haven't played Morrowind, but I'd like to. And I also like galaxy-brained philosophobabble, so that's a plus for me. Oh, guys, should I stream Detroit Become Human? Me and Britt played through parts of Heavy Rain. I've played all of Heavy Rain, and at the time it came out, I actually liked it as a story. But I played it with Britt recently, and we had such a laugh playing Heavy Rain. We didn't finish it, but just that game is so fucking hilariously poorly executed. It's like all of those ideas, and then just the acting's weird, the dialogue's just weird. It's just everything about it is just so bizarrely executed. And I've heard that Detroit Become Human is basically just that again. So if that is the case, I want to play that on stream. Yeah, we'll play some Detroit Become Human. Is there a PC version, or is it still Is Detroit Become Human on PC, yeah, or is it just PS4? Just gonna try and take this guy out. Oh, never mind. Now, really quick. Oh, this person is sick. Don't blame yourself. Can't they be helped? Oh. Even being one of the bound, they're just an ordinary person. They can be cured like any other. You're the healer here. It's your share of expertise. Wait, what? I have a panacea. Yeah. Give it to me. Is I who takes the deck. Take it. There you go. Thank you.
Dogs are howling.
Never letting my lady die of a disease. I have 2 left as well. Wait. Yeah, that's the way. I still have Heavy Rain, but it was my first that type of game, so it was so exciting for me. Yeah, same actually. No, wait. Was Heavy Rain before Alpha Protocol? Because I kind of got that from Alpha Protocol too. Bread. I don't want to pay that much for bread, but how much food do I have? I'm okay on food. I don't think I need to buy any bread right now. I don't support buying Detroit Become Human. Wait, sorry, so is it on PC? Because if it's not on PC, I kind of have to buy it. Also, I don't know if I agree with the principle that because a game is bad or spreads about ideas that the artists don't deserve to get paid. Maybe if it was made by like Nazis, but not just like an incompetently done game. I don't know. Alpha Protocol was made by Obsidian before they made. Actually, why we're doing this, I need to talk to Maria. Alpha Protocol was made by Obsidian before they did Fallout New Vegas, and it was like actually a really well executed version of that whole kind of choice conversation system before like The Walking Dead and stuff kind of popularized it. It's really good. I think it's very flawed. It's not perfect by any stretch, but I really enjoyed Alpha Protocol. The one thing that's really fucking annoying about Alpha Protocol is that there's boss fights, and the boss fights are equally as difficult no matter how you've specified spec'd your character. So if you've spec'd your character to only be good at like dialogue type things, like diplomatic options or sneaking. So my character was mostly a stealth and conversation character. So then when you have the boss fights and you have to do combat, it took me literally like 40 minutes of pumping bullets into the boss to kill them. So that's the one thing that's really annoying. Deus Ex Human Revolution has the same problem, but they fixed it in a patch.
Why are they playing?
I've studied the blueprints of the specular edifice. It's a very suspicious building, let me tell you. It's actually not a building at all, it's a machine. The only thing I cannot understand is how it is mounted. Its nature disallows it from being fixed in place. It works like a gyro. A very spot-on description. What do you think about it? I appreciate it. It's a beautiful monument to the aspiration of the human mind. I will say ahead of time that Alpha Protocol, I don't know if it's aged that well. I played it when it came out, and when it came out, like I say, this was before like Walking Dead or really Telltale's whole thing in general. I think it came before Heavy Rain even. So it's like, it might be a bit rough around the edges, but I think it's still a cool experience. I feel that the cause of the epidemic has something to do with it. I don't like the fact that solid ground supports a construction like this despite the law of gravity. I want to know how they managed to mount it. It also, Alpha Protocol does cool things with the conversation system that new games don't do. So how Alpha Protocol's conversation system works is, it isn't specific things that you say that generally speaking will... Oh, actually, no, it does tell you what exactly you're going to say. But basically, the way you have conversations, you have a limit. Everything you say has a limited amount of time to be said, or it will automatically say something. And you basically pick the tone of voice by which you're saying something. So you can maybe say something professionally, or you can say something casually, or, you know, humorously, whatever. And then that will dictate how people receive you in the conversation. And I like that kind of thing. I think it's good to like have the general tone of what you're saying is important, not just what you're saying. Yeah, Alpha Protocol is kind of buggy too. It was kind of rushed. Heavy Rain was in February. Oh, okay. So Heavy Rain was slightly before Alpha Protocol. Okay. Both worth playing though, but I think Alpha Protocol has the better story. I actually, fun fact, I missed one of the main characters of Alpha Protocol because I missed the mission that introduced them. So there's like a main character in that game that I never met. So that's how much it varies. I thought the cause of the epidemic has something to do with it. I don't like the fact that solid ground supports a construction like this despite the law of gravity. I want to know how they managed to mount it. By answering the question, we will find out where the plague came from. I feel like there's more typos in this part of the game, perhaps. You spoke to the author of this creation yesterday, didn't you? Yes, I did. So find a way to torture him into telling you how they did it. Alright, I will, but I don't think Peter was the one to mount the construction. I think Andrew was. It could have been the Pope for all I care. It doesn't matter. I need the facts only. Something we can attach to the rest of the documents to show to the commander. I don't see the blueprints of the Foundation here. Do find them for all that's holy. I doubt the Pelagian is the cause. I'm not positive that it's caused the epidemic, it's just my presumption, but you cannot deny that disregarding this presumption would be an act of criminal negligence. Fine, I'll try to find the mind behind the blueprints. Okay, so... how in the world is this building supported when the very nature of it is unsupportable? Perhaps the staircase itself is a form of reciprocal frame on which the whole thing rests. Perhaps it's the complete opposite. The base of the building is not a structural support, but instead an anchor to hold this floating structure to the earth in the way of a step ladder thrown from a dirigible. Just what I was thinking.
The senior kinds.
By the way, Bachelor, have you by any chance heard of the outrageous event that happened yesterday in the Bone Steak lot? Yes, someone tried to incite a riot. The military have exterminated an unarmed mob, a perfectly healthy mob. This is the event I'm talking about, and I know for sure who was behind it, because I know who turned out to be guilty of this horrible crime. Me, I was the one they framed. So who was behind it? The Canes, most likely. They have arranged this provocation and tied every loose end to me, as though it was I who's done it. They've done a splendid job. I couldn't have done it any better. Oh no. That's because such things can only be done by a very special woman. It's about genetics as much as it's about skill. Maria? 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 That's my James Sunderland there. Oh, specifically my Troy Baker HD collection version of Silent Hill 2, James Sunderland. You're my wife, Maria! She's a witch, the Dark Mistress. Have you already heard about Nina and Victoria? Ask around. Then you'll see who Maria strives to be. She will turn into a warlock queen and make the town bend before her tyranny. Like Nina before her, only even more frightening, it can be proven. Tell me about Nina. Nina was the embodiment of absolute evil. The charming, intoxicating, beautiful evil. The evil that can drive you mad. The graceful and elegant evil that is fast to capture anyone in its web, even those who stand up to evil till the very last. Are you trying to say that you're painting Maria's portraits, considering they're supposedly alike? I'm content with the accounts of two extremely reliable prosecutors. They know for sure that yesterday's pictogram in the lot was created by Maria. The first is a man that has been selflessly in love with Maria for a long time now, and who has recently come to know some of her secret doings. Who is it? Oh, Gimski's son. Whoa. Right. The second is Maria's younger brother, little Caspar, who also knows Maria's immediate plans better than anyone else. He is so terrified of them that he's ready to run to the ends of the earth. That is interesting. By the way, if you want to talk to this Caspar boy, please hand this panacea over to him. This vial was brought to me by Barak yesterday. It's reliable. The boy will understand. Actually, after talking to him, so will you. Alright. Sure. Okay. So now we've got some more hijinks between the Canes and Aglaya. I don't know who to trust. No new letters yet. I like this getting things done early in the day thing that we've got going on. I'm doing good exhaustion-wise, just hunger I'm worried about. The whole situation with the Silent Hill 2 voice acting bums me out. I've already talked about this on stream, but basically for those who don't know, Silent Hill 2 had a HD collection remake, and for one thing, on a technical level, it's completely busted. Like, the fog doesn't work properly, so you can see some of the broken models in the background and stuff. But the thing that really bugged me was that the voice actors for the original Silent Hill 2 are actually, like, really nice people that are, like, very committed to those characters. Like, the guy who plays James and the guy who plays Eddie are, like, pals. And they both have, like, constantly talk about those roles and those characters. But then when they did the HD collection, they just got, like, all the basic, like, they got Troy Baker to do James Sunderland. They got, I think they might have got Laura Bailey to do someone or something. It was just, like, they just completely shut out the original voice actors who gave, like, a unique sound and also, like, clearly loved those roles in a way that I don't think Troy Baker is even capable of, like, really loving roles outside of some very select ones, because he just does so many. Alright, I have a message from the Inquisitor to Khan.
What?
I mean, that's the thing with Troy Baker, is he's a very, very talented voice actor, and I like his voice, but it just never, it doesn't feel personal, because I've heard this voice from so many other, like, I hear Talion from Middle-earth, and I don't think of Talion, I think of, like, you know, when he's in his character in Tales from the Borderlands, and when I think of a Tales from the Borderlands character, I think of his character from Arkham Knight, and it's like, everything. Probably the exception to the rule would be Joel from The Last of Us. Who I think he really makes that character his own there. gives him a unique sound. You came on her behalf, I know. What is there for us to talk about then? Tell me, Caspar, what happened to Maria? You should know that better than me. I'm not going to help you with this. You hold a grudge against your sister. Why? Sister forces us out from here. Why? You ask her. Tell me, is your sister involved into what happened yesterday at the steak lot? No, but she's involved into many other things. For example, it was she who got rid of Ava. Everyone I know who loves Silent Hill hates the 2 HD voice acting. Yeah, I mean, it takes James Sunderland, who, even if his voice acting was always a little bit weird, it always like was very distinct. It was like this weird sounding, like, how can you sit there eating pizza? It's like he has this weird sound to his voice, and that's cool. But then you bring in Troy Baker, and Troy Baker does the Troy Baker voice. So now James Sunderland sounds like Troy Baker. It's like, for example, it was she who got rid of Ava. How's that for news, huh? She wanted to have you all for herself. I could tell you a lot about my sister, but I don't want to flaunt the dirty linen. How do you know about Ava? Ask my sister. She knows how to do these things. She won't lie to you. She'll tell the truth. So no, Kane has anything to do with what happened in the lot. No, none of us did that. I'd be glad if there were charges. Father and uncle are at death's door, and I do not want to live under my sister. What can I do to find the guilty party then? Why are you asking me? Balls are all Gimski's domain. If the big one is resigned, ask the young one. He knows a lot about my sister too. Take the panacea. This is for you. I won't. I have 1,000 fellows here. Either all of us get it or none of us does. Take it. Or give it to Olgimski. He'll tell you all about sister. I'll tell the Inquisitor that you, by any stretch of the imagination, cannot acknowledge the complicity of your relatives to the lot situation against your personal preferences. Is that correct? It is. Now no one will claim that I'm only saying that to protect my family. Yes, I've already realized what your position is. Okay. Khan says that he would have gladly provided information that would have helped to compromise his sister. The problem is he doesn't have any such information. It seems Vlad the Younger is the only witness left. Okay. Let's go chat with Vladdy boy. The Thick Plottons. I guess by doing the side quest, maybe it will open up the main quest a bit? Dunno. Guess we'll find out. He voiced my favorite character from Death Stranding, but I still like, here he is. It's Troy Baker. Yeah. And then, obviously, when he's doing Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 5, it's good, but it's Troy Baker again. It's not the fact that I don't like the Troy Baker voice, or that I don't think he has range. He definitely has range. Again, his role as Joel in The Last of Us is like really well done. It's excellent. If it was any other voice actor, all they would need is to sort of make a career off the back of the Joel performance, because the Joel performance was one of the best video game performances ever. The trouble is, it's just overexposure. Just like you hear his voice, and especially him doing the same kind of voice in like every game. And it gets a little bit silly. Alright, let's talk to Vlad. Let me just triple check that I can't talk to any of the Canes at this point. Georgie, my friend. Or Simon Georgie.
In growing old?
Nope. Time now is 5. Technically, the game hasn't even started yet. Or the day hasn't even started yet. It's weird, isn't it? You look on YouTube and there's a huge swath of young, hopeful voice actors. The games and anime keep hiring the same 6 people. Well, for one thing, it's like, I guess, a union thing. For another, I think probably it's just the convenience of having a known voice actor that they can just trust. It's less about like cost or things like that. It's just reliability. Like, who can quickly churn out a performance that I know is going to be solid? You know. Do you know anything about? Do you know about Mistresses, Bachelor Dankovsky? Yes, I've heard about Mistresses. We're not sure if we ought to be happy or sad. The joy could not be greater if she were to become a mother. For today a wondrous creature will be born, but the sorrow is also great. Maria is leaving. We used to have a beloved daughter, and today we're going to lose her. She wanted to talk to me, didn't she? It's too late now. Maria is unconscious. Her latest fit came last night. She came to for a brief while, then fell back into the depths. She will wake up soon, and I believe my daughter will be able to rise from the depths to which she descended. Why did she summon me? My daughter had two final wishes, to talk to her mother and to visit the other two chrysalis. She can do neither now. I don't think she will ever talk to her mother again, but she must see the future mistresses. They must acknowledge her. Who are these future mistresses? Steven Universe has a bunch of VOs that are relatively unknown, I think. Well, no, Steven Universe had a lot of voice actors who were people, I think, who were big in other realms, but just hadn't really done voice acting that much. I think, anyway. So, like, I think the lady who plays Pearl was mostly known for theater or music, and obviously Estelle was not known for voice acting. Estelle is the one who takes you on a trip. They want to go someday. Musicals and stage acting, which I think is cool. Definitely a cool way to get some unique voices. And Steam Universe does have a lot of cool, unique voices. And obviously Zach Callison was a really good find. He's a really cute kid, and I'm sure he'll do well. They may not exist anymore, but they have left offshoots. Two more heiresses will become mistresses when their time comes. One is Capella, Victoria's daughter. I don't know who the other one is. It may be Sabarova's successor, but it's not Clara. Clara is pure. Why are you telling me this? Someone needs to take the symbols of succession from these chrysalis. They know what this is about because they can also feel this awakening. It's very much possible that Capella knows who has inherited the title of Katerina, the usurping mistress of the earth. She was, after all, the leader of one of the powers while we were dead. And why are you asking me? Maria did. She specifically pointed out that she didn't want a stranger's hand to touch the rings that would forever adorn her body. This changes things. Okay. So Maria's doing some weird summoning shit, and she needs me to get her some rings of power by talking to Capella and Clara. The trouble is, I have no fucking clue where either of those characters are. I think that Capella is down where these kids are, down here. The Castle of the Soul and a Halves. I think. I'm gonna quickly check and see if Maria has got in touch. Any letters? No. Capella lives with Fat Vlad. No, that's oh, the little. Wait, is that Capella? Is Capella Vlad's daughter, or the little girl that lives with the Olgimskis? No. There we go. Oh, well, I guess I'll go talk to little Vlad and see what happens from there. Just gonna go here in case Clara's around, because she has had a tendency to just show up in my house, or the bachelor's house. Nope. Okay. Go talk to little Vlad. Capella's the old Gimsky daughter, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Steven Universe is a tough one, because I think Steven Universe, I really didn't like it that much for the first maybe 25 episodes? Like, so me and some friends, I had some friends that were really into Steven Universe, and so we sat down and just marathoned it over the course of a few days. And basically the first day, I didn't like the show. I was like, at best, I found it a little bit funny sometimes, but I was just kind of bored a lot of the time. Blair. It was when the story really kicked up, like the introduction of Peridot, and then learning more about Homeworld and that whole thing. When Lapis shows up, obviously the two-parter with the jailbreak two-parter. That's when I started genuinely really liking the show. But that takes hours and hours and hours dedicated to get to the part where I actually like the show. I mean, yeah, so from probably Jailbreak to when they destroy, or probably from Jailbreak to the whole thing with the cluster, that part, that period of the show, I think is genuinely really great, and I really, really like it. Other than that, I think the show is pretty solid, and I think the first season's okay in like a sort of throwaway, kids cartoony, entertaining thing. But it takes a long time to really become great, and then it sort of trails off, in my opinion. If only I knew before everything that I've learned now. If you see my father lately, he is alive and well. Do you know what happened in the lot yesterday? Yes, of course, it was ugly. Barack is beside himself. Do the Canes have anything to do with it? Wait a minute, no, this can't be. The Canes were within a hair's breadth of destruction. The bull situation was arranged to smear their name and set the people against them. Who gave you this unique idea? Because I can't believe that you've come to this conclusion on your own via logical inference. Aglaia thinks Maria did it. Rubbish. Maria is innocent. Moreover, now I understand that she's our only hope. She's the only one who has the courage to keep building the thing that we've set the foundation of. The cowardly and the weak want the reliability, comfort, and confidence of tomorrow. They also want her dead. What about the kin? It's not like this could be explained to them. The kin is gone, for good, sadly. I can already see that Barack has failed. He's lost everything. So from now on, I will serve her who will construct a new miracle instead of the lost one. I promise to give this to you. It's a panacea. I need nothing. I've changed. I'll sell my property. The money will go towards the new construction project. The town has to be rebuilt from scratch. So this is how it's going to be for you. Okay. What's an idol? The haters rest their case. The victors adopt the faith of those that prevailed upon. Everything seems to confirm that Maria is pure as the driven snow. I cannot even imagine all the adoration her subjects will shower her with if she becomes the ruler of these places. Okay.
My sister shouldn't be entrusted.
Okay. Ah! Was there a specific storyline or event that lost you? I just felt like the momentum of the show frequently just... The show had a very lacking sense of momentum, is what I would probably say. It would sort of get going and start going in a really interesting narrative direction, and then we'd get like 10 episodes of just characters doing random side things. Or characters would just disappear. Like, there was the whole Peridot and Lapis, their whole arcs, and they just sort of disappear. I don't know. I think I'm just more into more serial shows, and whenever the show becomes a very sort of episodic monster of the week type thing. Like Sailor Moon, I was having fun with Sailor Moon, but I wouldn't say it was like amazing watching that first season, because it was a lot of like, oh, there's a new thing to take care of. Okay, episode's done. They just disappear. Yeah, absolutely. And they show up, but like they show up many episodes later. And there's a bunch of development that happens off screen.
Those lazy bastards.
Like, yeah. Kin. Panacea. Gotcha.
What?
Okay. Okay. Oh! Just gonna go back into the building, I think. think I'm just going to go into the building. Seasons have to be X episodes. They have to fill that out. Yeah, the filler episodes in later seasons can get pretty uninteresting. I don't know. Oh, shit. Thank you. That guy trying to beat me up? Dude. What's your problem? Hey, look at that. Alright, let's do this again. Let's kill these guys. I actually need to go in a minute. Hang on, lads. Line them up. Get lined up. And bam. Thank you. That's cool. Got a bunch of drugs. Can sell those and get some food. Hey, little Vlad, what was that about?
My sister shouldn't.
I just got ambushed. So what was up with that, bud? I've got 10 more minutes and then I'm going to have to call it. So it definitely looks like we're not actually going to get things completed today. But, chat, are you guys going to be available tomorrow, like, midday? For me to hop back on? And I will not only give you a finale, I will also probably do some breadcom and also probably give you some Star Wars hot takes. So, if you guys are about for that, that'd be fun. We'll have a chat with Capella and then we'll wrap things up so that I have some time to like actually get ready before I go see everyone elsewhere. Sorry folks, I can't tell you exactly where we're going to be because I'm afraid that you'll dox me. What? Fucking rat. Fucking video game. Hang on a second. Which knife shall I use? Which knife shall I take? In Steven Universe, the... Oh! Chat, why do you do this to me? In Steven Universe, the worst case of momentum loss was after they Captain Harlocked Lars, then spent most of the rest of the season on mediocre nothing episodes with all the villagers we hadn't paid attention to or cared about for 2 seasons. Exactly! It was like, oh my god, Lars is this cool thing now. And then... Oh, guess we're not going to see him now for another 20 episodes. Good game. Good game. Very good game. But in general, I like Steven Universe, and I would always recommend it to people. It's worth pushing through. Worth pushing through the less good stuff to get to the good stuff, in my opinion. Even the less good stuff is still pretty good. But, you know. I don't think it's a perfect show by any means. Okay, Capella from the chat.
There's a peculiar smell on the outside.
I realize what your visit means. I shall speak on Maria's behalf. Well, it's for the better. A new colourful star is rising in our skies for the first time in many years. All hail its ascent. You're happy? I thought Maria and you were rivals. Look, this is simply insulting. Would I be worthy of being called a mistress in the future, if not right now, if I put my pride and my personal interests above the needs of a dying town? A mistress will bring our town back to life, so her coming is a blessing. But this town won't be in tune with your design at all. Yes, I realize this. Who knows how many years will pass before I come into power. Yes, very, very many perhaps. And the only thing left for me will be taking up residence in the town Maria will have built and accepting the place you will have appointed to me, if there is one. So it cannot be changed now, can it? That seems to be a big pain for many, this townies. You can really tell people almost strictly want gem stuff. It's what I think led to the infuriating, oh, those filler episodes. I maintain no episodes are really fillers, but maybe some here feel differently. I would agree that I wouldn't necessarily jump to calling it filler. I would just say that, for me personally, I don't like the format of kind of, because like it's like arguing Simpsons episodes are filler, right? When it's the townie stuff, it's just like slice of life stuff that sort of gives you insight into their lives and is just entertaining. It's just there to entertain you with like a fun little story that isn't necessarily a part of some big narrative. The trouble is that when you mix that with like a really compelling main narrative, it makes me be like, oh, I want to keep going with this thing, and then oh no, we're gonna go do this now, and it just felt jarring. Like what I would probably have done ideally is have the side stuff eventually go in with the main stuff, so it all mixes together. So even when you do have those side episodes that are covering like smaller little stories, then those characters feed into the main narrative in some way. Instead, what you had was just like maybe 70% of the characters in the Steven Universe not really playing a key role in the show as a whole. The only thing left for me will be taking up residence in the town Maria will have built, and obviously it's all subjective and up to personal taste. Some people like to have a break from the main story. Except in the place you will have appointed to me, if there is one, so it cannot be changed now, can it? It can't. I was so close, but the town is better off with a dark mistress than with none at all. We cannot stall for it any longer, especially since dark doesn't really mean evil. And Nina wasn't a dark mistress, she was a mistress of the night. They even called her Scarlet. Scarlet Nina, Scarlet Maria. Do you acknowledge her power? Here, give Maria my beads. This jewelry belonged to my mother. An antique work made of the bone of a step ball. These balls are extinct now. Here, see? The protective brands are carved upon the spikes. I acknowledge her power. Let her reign better than Wild Nina did. Thank you. Huh. Got some weird shit going on here. Weird and vaguely uncomfortable. Capella has embraced the rule of future mistress. As a token of her love and obedience, she has offered her mother's necklace to Maria Cana. Okay, folks. I'm going to call it a stream here. Next stream, we're going to take care of our final day's goings on, and then we're going to finally get a conclusion.
Soon, I hope.
Then we're going to finally get a conclusion to the story of Pathologic Bachelor Run, which would, I believe, get us a third of the way done with this game.
The winter comes soon, I hope.
So,